loaders omdi bedi dwuma chese ni nyina aba esiwani ense kache eno ene infidie ahoro na ebeboa ama state of the art mining esi Heat Goldfields Limited wani so no watumi aye wose we ya namonto pa wo beye e de akyere se ampa se ye de dwuma bi ti se mines hu dwumadi ehye Ghana ni ensa ana Ghana dwumayefo ensa omo betumi aye atenanwe a enti we ye ahoboa so nko omo ye e de aboabo mo aprapra kwam ama dwumadi no watumi adie
na amen
papa ai
minim sen o hwehwe insight nso so animu a ho we ya wo mu ye nyina kire na access still the one cat and business da ba na pay say wo ko bogoso pristia
okohia
bogoso pristia
okay
still no adehye wo bi ebonjo Heat Goldfields o madwuma wo mo ye
oh sir
oh yes insight animu o dey say down below on say nkrofo kra ye kire wo ma ye demonstration nkrofo from pristia
residents divided over to oh okay me we am share no so
amba
I don't know how to say bibi o ho
wo the pressure to aban no so any lands and minerals resources minister
okay
so contract now on my dear Heat Goldfields say wo muntu asase mu ogudi wo bogoso no
ai
contract na be ya abantwam
oh
ebe ya abantwam say 10
aden
am say ewo inside page 10
I may share story no
am o ma ya hu demonstration now
ampa
enti say de
graphic daily guide di aba no ene ma menhwe the insight so efa no na ye wi a ye nhwa ade ani en compensate ade enti the insight so at the story kro ya aba e wo krata fa to so edu e wo de obokrata na emo na o se omanfo a wo mo bogoso pristia mining enclave na tese mining dade empotem bi ti se pristia he mine afa edumase bondai ene nakaba wo mo kire se wo mo adwene emu acheche adwene na ye ntanta na wo mo kire ma wo mo kire se se dwumadie mapa ebekoso no ho nsem aye bibie wo ho enti wo mo kire ma mo se catchment area community alliance wo mo adwene mu aye ntanta e de afa ensem a catchment area community alliance for air kase Heat Goldfields Limited and Jumekuo yen ji wo mo contract ni emfi wo nsem na yen twam no omanfo no adwen aye wo mo entanta enti o chemo say community catchment area community alliance for eye oyeche o ma ye bi kwa na anu ada e won kran ha no wo mo chema omanfo dodo na bi so e twe ho efri catchment area community alliance wo mo ye kire no e ho ebi mu a kire say enye wo mo nyina e no omne catchment area alliance community for no eye adwene ebi mususu chirema wo mo de eye adwen no manfo dodo na chirema mo de ato aban nanim ne titu Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources honorable Amakofi Bua edi animu no ese animanim ya contractor aban de ama Heat Goldfields Limited no ontwem na instead no ene enko won onfa facilitate agreement bi say omma entiase apam bi enkoso e wo all the stakeholders omma mo ka bi ewom ni nyina entem sa no wo mo e ka wo na wo chema wo say empotam ne efa bi no wo mo hia wo mo kire se wo mo hia enkasa sie dialogue enkoso mediation adwentoatoa ene akomato mu emra ne yenka ebi mususu kire se e wo se aban no any community leaders mpanyifo mo ka bia ewo mo ka se empuna epunu e wo mpotem ho no any Heat Goldfields Limited no entena se na wo mo mpe esapa bi entwa entina je sa adwen no emu aye ntantampa ai emu acheche pa
na enti na imensi aba ne sei a o de daily guide front page story ya wo kan ye toto the insight and so de ya wo kan ho a na obi question obi bisa ne say does it mean say Heat Goldfields wo madwuma wo mo ye no enye complete na enso ni nsi wo
ebetimi aba say Heat for no adwuma wo mo ye no mo de say the daily guide e de buy no o ma bo mo say de o mpese o mbo mo o ma wadwempo ne say ye disika $135 million ena afie di nkan ye de be adwuma yi enti sesi akra ye boaboa ye ho emu $35 million ye yensa aka ye de be adwuma but omanfo no omo be ye adwuma no say hey
enti problem wo
so not just a problem e wo enti walls a ebi mu kire se akra no catchment area community alliance for kwado madi kan ye oye kire abankran ha dada wo mo enti ebi mu kire se wo mo ne catchment fo na nya ade
because everyone say sika yi a wo mo di be yi senka for that intended purpose when there was egu nanum a nko wompe I'm said
there's a problem bibi o
there's a problem now tokrom se cockroach ni ebe hu a because sikabuti pe ba mo pa na still nkrofo ye kire dia and there's a problem beyond ska na man there's a problem beyond ska because kaskadu mu aduani kwa se enka nkrofo kra ka wo hwe
ai
and na bibi wo
bibi be because the bimu ni heat for na nya adwen and the bimu so kire so heat for so ba na ebeboa esan say omo so rebuilding phase omo boabo mo esan say atom mines ni mu ache ene se so boabo mo omo di sika eba enti omo hu nsanka heat for no ba ya ene manimu ya mpuntuo beba ehun
but maye no maye ne bia
bogan de obeka o
uze bia say lithium ya yetu yi MPP abandada no ye contract na edema nkrofo yi DV foi but abanfo foi ba yom se no contract na wose esan hwem and the issue was contractual and we no so wom se contract yen terminate it go face there no yen terminate contract no that means bia na contract no
e bia
na mama mi nko mo yimra
mate kodi bra
and mimra no agada o fact and figures no better further particulars no ye dey execute case number 01 and none pay. Now you may if you are can bring in the time to 24/7. Live on Ade Akye Abia so okay 101.7. Join us. And come here your social media platforms me and akese so and bring your comment, your views of the interviews at no pay. On the line are your Deputy Director, National Service Secretariat. Honorable Fuseni Donko. Honorable KFM Siano pay Martin. Honorable. Hello.
Hello, Kwame Amoh.
All right. Honorable Martin.
Yeah, Buru Kwame Amoh tikasi awi adwen.
Honorable Kwame ni o.
Oh, sorry, facha me.
Jose Bibia Boko.
Yes, Adumboko.
The Christmas. Now on the front page of the Daily Post in Nano Pay, and asem we abo ho nkomo. Am what say boss mu execute. Now first batch National Service personnel in military discipline. Oma pass out. Edike mamumu ni yo, some de ose aye oyo. Na ede na kwa so a yehu dia yehu.
Yo Kwame Amoh maminda wase na me fanchi mu kakra ma woni watiefo nse wo fidi kesi studie ade no bibie eda no afan to ha free talk no krese omo ohu omo ye national service for bi nemum enye national service personnel under the National Service Authority ye military program no na omo koye we ye personnel sa omo wo TDC and TDC aka so omo so wo enforcement unit.
Okay.
Omo share omo nsa system so ne omo enforce the rules about land acquisition in Tema. Nti omo no na omo di omo call similar military training na kaya de bema ye personnel no. Omo no wo program bi sa adeda. Nti omo no de na omo de omo adwuma ye fo no especially service personnel ne omo afa omo foforo no efa antitie nu. So because they were like service personnel ni be kahon know. That is why the Director General and the Deputy Director General in charge of operations our necessary military officer no were invited as guests of honor.
Oh, okay.
See, when ye will take part on a larger scale. Numbers will be more than this one.
na obi be bi say mo de no koso
ina me ka say ye de ne de nyame adom ye bibia wie aka say yewura finance minister na etutu niema kakra bi a eja obe prapra kakra bi akwa hihye kona na ori ahye ye nsa na dwumadi na tini ahye ase ba ho boane
enti we kire mu bia na obi abo ne maame ana ne papa ma ne say National Service Secretariat manomo amutu when it comes to the ayebo ho nkomo say National Service personnel in military no a bia na maame akwa kan Daily Post animo ana bia wate ho news na ye mfa ne bai ne ba ne nhyase na bia ankoye ne say jama ne ba no na etwa ntra modie no ene wei no difference na ne de we hen
ye de ne de ka obo say nkwala ni nyina will be in NSS branded uniforms.
Okay.
Obo say the logo ye bibia atade bia ni ho obesha because no aban na me soldier for the National Service Authority na assist program ni nyina.
Okay.
It's a bit more detailed than the Wemukoye. I want to say there outside the military training no there is emergency response and prevention aspect so it's action and no. So yeah, then a 2-in-1, unlike this particular one. But it's similar.
Minim say what a man from Koma wo mu di wo ho say as yache.
No, yes. Don't say a whole lot of things happened. Next was a taking place last year, and I had a challenge with the system, and it slowed you down. So when the system was restored somewhere in August, now was you move fast to deal with the registrations, and also by with a lot of challenges. I mean, I don't yet registrations maybe I put into cry. As you see, quite a nurses batch and a car on fire, yeah, no so via. I feel you go see a teacher for once a day. So yes, our calendar has been a bit full, but the main issue was the issue of the part of funding now wasn't kept back. A lot of emergencies also happened. Contingency, pressure buses are now as a near be a future. But look, any system say the finance minister, Tenasiama, Wajatum say, Quen Biaso, or Bashama, yet me, I'm a program, Nabaso, a few ways.
Ye ni beje pa se ye be hunti emra ka ma ba wa no obi anu nso ntwen wo pe no nka na kuma ntuni yim ye aborte ye ho.
Oh, there be. It will never be aborted. When be also it is going to happen. Michelle but e do so e be ba be 5 weeks akodi 2 weeks bi ho.
Na me nko bi.
O so the over report it. I think they will see it in the film na near some in Kenya and Kakraman.
Anyway. Honorable beyond Nkomoya ye boy Yaman Penny John Dramani Mahama.
Yes.
The second coming your boy Ade Akye no de sin nani so pa ye nananom meka ye nananom a ebibire mu asei. Ye nananom amfie bi atwam kokofo yi ebefa wo mu numum. Eto wo mo se nkwado wo mo koye okuduma.
Akwem de member wanu kurensi.
Se I was a man saying, you to me said the course, no, a yenny pop for some near with this. Nansanya Wamoko, you and Asetna. President Bill Abasuba Major Payenti was also co resist some no. Emma this time around, or Trancomun say, by the time are you and baby Asetna no. Wamontua Banyin to say, a yanocressa dear course, no, a crime against humanity. You and
the greatest crime
as a nation. Asemi ba yanyene say, especially when our president and his spearhead sa anamoy.
Kwame Amoh minia no kura woman say me enanamika say me yonku Nigeria ni bia me ni dey di agropa from say eh na minia mumam peni say kukuduro boni no konye free hin. Since mi ko jina Trump asa so pa Trump nim pa ka trend say Trump the only one anano mo ye no nipa boni sempa wudi sema munjintum sema ye boni nyese munji tum so maye boni o munji tum so maye boni ewia mon san pa ya tew mo pa ya tew wie so niema mu adodo de ni sabi ye niema ni ye gold ni ye na nanom agapade am wia ko ye nyina so no mo hwe kwan se ye besaje ya de back. It wasn't an easy battle. Na asidan Kenya me say ye man paninya asa kukudui eko tina edi asenwe anim ema Africa nyina anya Africa nko all the Caribbean nations, all the diaspora ade nye Ghana nko na kan you enti wo hwe ya Brazil di nakoma nyina di akire because Brazil so ebi kan no Caribbean nations nyina were all in support. Most of the Latin American countries were also in support. Omo support here, omo benefit here, no. European countries, no. Na de no ye me wan kakra ye ni anu Argentina for. But as the history also says, they also benefited from it. What you say? So, as the Kenya me, to see me no can say there. A vote of 123. Nipa miensa na mudi omu yi omanim se ye ntiase da Argentina, USA and Israel. Omo so no they benefited from the whole issue. And omo abstaining yensu were 52. Mostly the European nations are almost to take part in the slavery. Majority of them also abstain say ye yen kotokra na kama bekase ye to ani anase debi. Jomu de omutwe omhu fimu se yen ka ho asam. Nti na me no ka say die UN amansa ku batani nyina agya tumu se bonikasie pa ye tia se bi nipa bibini bonikasie pa ya ye wo wiase baako ene se bi ye be fa ye nananom enkoa ediko obi manso se omunkodane se bi obi agapade. Yes, ye fa omu keke o. Yes, abeso ye gold, any ye diamond, any ye koko ni ye nyema sebi ye nananom abosum bi kura no sebi abrofu ifa de koi. So this one opens the way. They say o magia tumu ni die. Me nua ye hwe kwan ya ombefa so a chopa ne beba. Ene kwan ya ombefa so a ye japade ne ye niema ni egudie niema omo befa koye no ebi kura gugu ebi museum a omo da so edi display. Most of those things have to be returned back. Ni enhwe kwan omo befa so a sa niema no omo be de beba na emu menye se wuyi hu free mu ana se wo ka se menti ase ni nti no mera na aba no won ka ho no they say na ya enyina ya nipa 123 nations it becomes a majority decision and it becomes law. It is a resolution you pass it. Until everybody else is bound by it. Until now America also mean tiasia eduru so a ye yade wo ho ne se fa yade bre ya yade wo di patapa be famu wo di dem be famu UN se fa kwa o te wo de ba. You know akukudura ye mampani nya edi gina sadie we achi no ye beda nyame ase na emu ye bebo no so abaso pa ne Africa nyina so for the first time we were united against for one particular common purpose. And no say any money ye fese Africa nyina kambuma ye wodomu we are 54 nations. But ye kambuma the rest of the world can only America oye ba akupo ni vote ye ba akupo just that his superpower by general assembly ni vote ye ba akupo to say Ghana here Security Council na said oye be ma o. So I think say we not say Africa ye kambuma ye wa hoden chen bibia and we have the numbers too. So it's good news for Africa, it's good news for the Caribbean, it's good news for the diaspora. At the end of the year, Nyamiadum, Yajatum says, Nay, Bonacassi Ampa. And then won't Tiasie, and then Edia won't Tiasie. But Ushe movies ni bia. Imu do na ni enim di si Rwanda, but Oshe Hotel Rwanda and sometime in April I won't say tin na ade ne tie. If you Oshe slave movies ni roots ni na se for na, you will understand niema ni bi aye. Sabi me no aye ka say kura no, e bia na ye hu ni ye na kanso di eko efa mu bia yenim. But asidan Kenya me say na die, you and I just say nipa boni semna sabi abrofo ni di yen.
All right, Honorable.
Minia.
To the ordinary African I would say Yakovo yes, Yajia to me say a crime against humanity no. Beyond Yavo to Yajia to no. What next? And to the ordinary African no. And for sobe no benya a free. The Ekwasimu and Ninti. I was so celebrated their AC.
So it means to say lip service to racial abuse, no, a better form to see. What you have here? Because the first point of resolution is say, you mean you better to say, Ade Akye yet, you perceive jai. Conflict resolution, no, first we must accept there is a misunderstanding. It no, nipa na jia to say, okay, I'm part my bonnet. It's why bonnet na or no. Na sifo na hu se da bi o sa ya si ade we ayeye no eye boni sa na nipa bibini enye japade. At least it changes the mindset, and ebema racial abuse no becomes more criminalized. They say no as a lip service, I say ye nyina o it will stop racial abuse. Ye njai say ye discriminatory between colors. Okay, lip service. Like a man said, then you walk it here. Yes, a man be so quiet. Cost need be between your fine. But we know the master be one. And Brandy, a better kitchen. Now, ye Japan DNA and Niema, a profound to do another free has said. The first we were their colony. And no matter colony, no matter who I did almost almost pen or my time the cop. And on with your museum no. We no ma kwan say ye be corner sabi Indiana kura papa se prempe ni tia omudi akoto ebia museum of Britain na omudi e kire omo nkola ade no ye betin akofa ya ade back ebia ye nana no magudi ebia o ma fade akoto omo treasury ye timi tracy ko hu sa ampa aha na mo fa ebia sikadwa kofikura sabio ebia ha na mo fa diko sie ya ye ji ade a se mra we no e makwan so mo fa ya ade mre. So now African countries must now track all their ancestral artifacts and their ancestral ornaments abrofono be fakoye. And most of them were said the abrofono treasuries. Most of them, if you call them museums, who betting are tracking it easily. The benefits back on here, Sabi, first the reparations, and two, compensation. I was a modeba. Young Ghana were more than, I think, 37 castles and fortresses are a slave site. Slave markets in more than 20. In Ghana alone. In the Namsalaga, Bono Manso, and Asifu Yina. So I was say, a minus they say Ajia Tumuno. Mujitum Samaya Bonedia, and I was a Boneno, Mukoya home, Mpatadia, and Ameboa. It is this time compensations will also follow. It is say, Yabamo Abaji Bosia Keku. Nimum, I was a UN Sutinasicate, a dear way a Modi Ghana, Abia Modi Togo, Mali, Burkina Faso, Mudia Munino, Nigeria, and Nasefono. And Patasika say, and I was a Modico Pataomo. Said the Omoko say, will be Manswa, you and Timmy Shaw, say, America, Waka say Iran, no. With the Akase also for rebuilding, no. It's the same thing. O my dear to so my born in India, or some of them Pataba. And that is another benefit economically as well. The conversation has just started. Young Africans and mind you, your experts are almost big trackers and your money now. Yes, I fear I have barren the echo by you. You are lawyer for international lawyers, international diplomacy experts. Me no can say almost yes, I didn't need that. I might be a crying, Ghana, that. It is a mention in Bipia or Mundiamani Bicrab or Funeba Fire. Omode koye nanu ya na na otumfo otimi ma omode sabi agudie ni bi ombe fa di koye no otimi ma omode bi bae. So we have tracking all those things, but you say no amra asaba be techiri enti nyesa omo na beka so ye ne ya domo di amaw ne mu se na mbra na be hye omo so omo fa ya de mbra ye.
I see. Bravo, I don't pay a bedas for a judge and no bray abonco man.
Mr. Midas, the pan, I couldn't with the mammy.
Ah, well, minim and come away say, minim, say, I'm from Fawaka. Big push agenda, ya, a bind the abbas or the bay, ya, a quain. Ya quite sorry now, watching some other by so source and win some. Oh, no, what?
And some of you are, well, Abasa, a benefit. Nemum asem no kure to sabe onza ade ne di kan baaye no ebinum mane ye kore koye se dream die ni kata hihye bi akoso e na omo no akwako piesu a omo de brega na fo nyina kun se ye koso road ministry ni. So the initial conversation na enye se sabi so sourcing akoso so sourcing Sebi, enye ubie mumbra se waye soul sourcing no. Soul sourcing is one of the ways I dey contract jema. There are 3 ways. Ubetimi aye soul sourcing, ubetimi aye restricted tendering, ubetimi aye competitive open tender. Ubetimi aye no. Nemum die wo mu ne se oye competitive tender eno na che. Ubetimi aye competitive tender nkwafo even best 12 months now we because I no oh ye na edru ba bi na obi fo say ade no onti ase ade ti na wasa ade no ukoni say ya obetimi akokot emra ne say man kwan mane exhaust na say the document osu hie nyina no on fambra 2 weeks ansa na masa ato aso mo de ma obi kura na obi sini de injection koto so ka say da bi we know mo de man no menti ase mu kire mu die nti ono no e wo hyan mi nti amode man no aban so baaye no o ka say bibiaga na kwan ye duru no ya mfa big push ewura mu a kwan ni bi o ho a is an emergency and a big push ni so a o man pani ka so wo ye no o making the point blank e making the clear say big push ni de e emergency a aban pese o ye enti no enya afe na ye be biom se contractors e fira ma no ni nyina obi ambra mbe bidi bi dabi big push ni de ye Ghana fo nwa Ghana contractors nwa ne de be ma wo mo
honorable
ni tieminia
Roma enkoba yi ba ye no others so mu believe say so sourcing was not the best alternative no argument ne say aban enim say ebia me were limited time to commence big push no a still no ananka time wo aban betumi aye prudent enough to begin the tendering process earlier na momo ntwen ma emeto ansa
and I'm actually say that from the onset of the project no aban ka say anaso mampani ka say big push there e Ghana fo nko na ebeye big push. So that particular statement rules out any form of competitive bidding. Now, better restrictive tendering and then sole sourcing. And now, as soon as a woman is saying, "Mama, back on the crown," say, "Acquiring beer was a big push." No, about 23 of them there. Nay, acquire a binder than Nakasa, Ediama, Ode ma ye wie no hu se saa oni sika kora ode beto aso. So am interchange no so copy loan. Ena ye ba beto aba no hu kire na ne manfo ye demonstration be bo ne majority leader kora of parliament. Ena so woni me be yes am interchange amount. Say loan no ye de be ba no emba wo sha se ye man approve so nko ji loan na sabi omo ko catch contract and so nko sha se. Ena no su di mirika ko sisi pillars aja. Yes am interchange kura na ye be bugu ya na sabi eduru be bi kura na mponche ne ye park wo ho. Ena aban ba no si da bi. So am interchange die. Obi de nsa kwa kankon de wo se ye ho adwuma. Enti no ya convert so am interchange but yen sister contractor na yeso won to aso na mum ye dia be se big push ma ya pesika e dia ma no insa wo mo fanko the same thing contractor no asate adwuma wakopim sika ni ho ye de be ma ne dium bebia ne ye kwaji loan so dia ma na omo so se loan na emba bium ntina wo se ye de eno so so share under big push adenta dodowa the same thing. Sunyani to Doma, the same thing. So about 23 of those routes were already, contractors were already on it. Nemo, push the problem back for our tower. Manisa emergency. Instead of the normal 36 months, yedi yapano. Abai we said that you opening Tamutino. What is about 24 months? Any idea contracted yes on fine being a juma. Into Basha, finally be over. Edia Yamano 85 kilometers. But it's answer a binding pen in terms to sa a piano. No, I came 4 Edia contractors best of 4 said Eddie. Sadia won't qualify overcheck into my came into 4 lots. Into year 20, year 20, also year 25. Near their master contractors, Nina. It was a contractor that was so that. Near the contractors Benny and Sabe Cano said the Bay human never contempt. It's just an innovative way of getting the job done in time. Because Omanpenika said by 2027 year, now quite not do no ya the Bay. And NDC criticizing soul sourcing is not about the fact that will be here soul sourcing. No. It was about the fact that the source of the Nakataya Numina, inflating cost of projects. Nema without value for money. Yes, it's source of no be at time not their common Libya. No be at time not their common account. No be at time to come and about for Koya pass every Sabalukur Kofa, Lewale, 29 million or Gia or Ko, Wankoya Jumanokra. Yes, so we am a party chairman, ni attempt to chairman, or this can a crown owns sukra because of soul sourcing. So we're talking about the abuse of the soul sourcing for corruption. It is a Ebia Jomama ba no a year Jumana out of a Jumana or yeno. Those days, soul sourcing alone accounted for about 90% of road contracts. And then, Ubi Bekaso, about 90% near Yekomuno, out of the 137 rules I are awarding in Yinano. So sourcing was about 44%. In the other Nipan, onka 56% na a call competitive tendering, no, other than the onka one. But just because big push now, yet pese and no a bantam, duration cry a diamond almost a moving, you know, so. It has become an emergency. Out of that, your friend is saying 81, a 23, cry a cry near the da. And yes, someone to us. It is big push Nanka Sankasa, road Nankasa 54. In the other night, your person said, Adiwi, ye bet you to Gugana for any to say you be a bokro, no, yenti be that. In the figures no of another battle old daddy, a crime way, and can any say, and then a more pain see dear, so that is where we'll have a discussion. And is there value for money or not?
Akweni say, the prices will be inflated, no. Now another one so they say there's a fear of ebekwa akoye cronies and allies and na woman sabeka.
So na matter of say a cronies and allies contractor MPP na dey adwuma ma no. Nsawom to ofanko. MPP na dey adwuma na ma no. Ye de ma ni wie sisika san ye ntia neka. Jo mahama buy no si there bi. Me manfo obre wo kwan yi so. Enti makopesika contract no ma sister ni dia ba be share big pushers into the big push ni dia. Kwan dia wo se ya pesika ma no ampa ya pesika ma contractor no kia ma ne oye wie e kwan na anesa. Enti ta contractor na jo mahama be to no oye ne kroni. Another guy was say obaye no or terminate no say dey call open competitive bidding. No so take another better 1 year or 1.5 years. Minia any economic activities near person granting it to a horse. Nti na kwese say asemu ni ho ye nti ate say aban we sebi scandal BNP mti yen chinchina na yen kopre bibin fa mbeshim. Ena bi no so agenda nyina ne say big push ye German kofo etimi wie big push dia ade asemba ba o. Eti no yen san yengum. Enu ana ni pe bi brem. Enye sa pa dia minia is much ado about nothing. Asemu ni ho nipa na chinchina opese okopa asemu ba.
Honorable Yanda Sanope Adajeni Brown ya bonkumu.
Misimi da sine akwanya mu dia mame.
Pedi ane kasa ye Deputy Director National Service Secretariat Honorable Fuseni Donko bringing the time to 6 minutes to 8. Live on OK 101.7 FM. So now going forward, Dan Kweku ya bua babe srayen as usual be hese wo fa wo ha da bi wo fani ho enti ye hwetire akrambo agranie na wa betu nuanom ma
ye bo nkwasum ni ndonkosemu ene yesi nokura wom ni se enigi aba ni se United Nations platform no eso nti omampanin ko gina ho na otumi expose ideas me wiase gituma pride. You pride yourself say I'm a Ghanaian. Nti no abasibo bi o hwa de ma President Mahama His Excellency na mumu no media misra brofo mumu maye kapre kura o de mumu maye sidi kura ye de dado atuem se o mu compensate ye
to mu mfa
na o ye ziganye ye hwe gold ziganye ye hwe boxer ziganye ye hwe dongo ziga
ebe ye bibi ani de ebe wuze
endu ko to gagra no ma jama naza
enu ye use no no nsama fo ntabu yen
David yes ro ye mana na nsama fo mu enhire bi on fenhire mampani Mahama sisi wa ma brofo na gi atumi se eye crime against humanity enso ho a mumu moye kapre kai
akra you se nkomo pa
se go zibroni go ye miti se obe compensate Africa ene Kwame se me maji atuma
fa so the debt cancellation na omo
debt cancellation o mo bo fufura mana ko du dada na okay the carry na aje ya mu ya 5 years for say go gina dada na Ghana I just say obi obo bra na why na aju so obo ba kwa jamba bra o je ni gari oba be visa sugar ga
o baby jaza aka bela wa
ai get open one semna o frege to ni bi odi we ya na o ma na duane di agwa mi odi aduane ni wie na wa hie gusu ade acha no pa na wa ba oba na wa be chia that later morning na morning ma that later we dey asida o ena ma me feel me ba be da wase na ka say wase dey no o fi so dan no say that na na so yem dey that Africa is zubandie momo hawo kra o ma ji atuma ye o ma mpeni ayade ba say o me compensation there o ye no go diziga mu aya dongo ziga na babuai ye forget ye mfa enva ye bechedi ene so mu ombo bi ombo buai dia se o mfi so ombo compensate o me ye yakwan ne maye
ene so o development assistance e hye mu bi
ene o me yakwan ne maye and omo equipment exactly momo fa kapre kranche yensem enyeza ebe yiransem oh kam no man sika kra bua taxpayers money grant to me yira na dia broni dia weje kai awami
said ya washa say dem
dia ne ya boye bra hwie ni mvivre nya kra yira na nzambo de
o de mame nkwati nkomo imra na said ya washa nkomo ya si dia ba ku bia na nkan pese me de ba no bi kan fa ma
de hin
cause minza no pe me nkomo ni na
oya fabra bia no be okay
did die
o do for de jino nyes give you babu awo
o ja wakasi ma mienu na nonkro na wonche abo Ade Akye Abia live on OK 101.7 FM so eni ye won komoso pacho wadaroma so adwane yen a enye mframa mu nkwa ne ye social media platforms ni na no ye wo ho ye bo se prepaid meter. Join the conversation this morning with your test of your views and your comment e won komo ya ye twetwe ho on the line Mensha South Mrasebejeni the honorable lawyer Nana Ejei Bafuwa ye ne honorable monkomo anopai honorable Machen jana no pebo kodie hello nabo yenhwe na yensa so into amanko Mensha South honorable Machen jana bokodie
Hello.
Bajo metu nka so timenka.
Bajo me just o ma o ni musu kakra na mento nka.
Bajo afedi ye. Bajo afedi ye.
Ai afedi ye.
Wonderful. Ena mi ameni bo flyer biso na flyer no asema da so ne development bi a wode ba Mensha South ya to the soloku soloku de yan antena santimantam ne ye de brass band na ne ye sa ye nasin futuro chen kokohwe de a wabo at one break e wo koku ase pepe ya ne se be bisa se na soloku development ne ye de yan
me da similia na we say ade ne ba nipa bebre omon take concepts na senti omo kebi mu kanema milia just an initiative me dey very rejuvenate the Mensha South economy with a view saying the long term yankopon be atom ama enya ensunsanso on the greater Kumasi economy ade dia ni nyina ne se wo sha programs usha sebi tourism nomni abia me pacho a major abia ye di boost to economy na ufa no bibi to say kwa ni pe kwa no was on the economy of kwa ana meboa
no correct
na ufa na santimantemwa you be when say MPP no saa niema we no no obehu se ebi enhyeda enkoho now the Soluku festival no is part of a broader festival ye introduce broader event ye introduce wo Mensha South ye de betene anase ye de beba na economy na wo Mensha South no sabi apija trade fair ebeka ho enkrofo beba be exhibit omoniema asori for nso begia omode ye be use on say Mensha particularly Ashtown no old city enti nipa bebre anakane no omote ho no ebi atutu enti bebi ana omukọ sorry to say St. Anne's no omunso ye be use omo e de invite nipa aba constituency during the Easter festivity na omunso aba
drive traffic about. In the long term, no, the Yeshishani say you drive traffic back into the constituency to rejuvenate the constituency. And so by the airpay constituency anymore. There were a lot of hotels. A group. Say Yame Yamadom Nankasa programs we metimia sustaining. The Bene says our hotels no near the no Sabi beside Jinan and Naso. A Jinan and Naswa, Nipper wo constituency, Mejuman on Binyaye, Amame. A bill will be a wa, Sabi Oba constituency anymore, Obeba Bedija. Obedija is canon Sobeka constituency anymore. So, a series of programs and events. Now the Monday, no, and the Soloku Festival. Soloku Festival, no, Mr. Enye Asankwa. The entire choose Soloku, no. Again, you are looking at something controversial that would drive traffic into the constituency. Why would the Soloku do that for us? Ufano Kumase Abronunu Nina. Ubia Pesa brass band music, no. Asafo for pe brass band music, no. Crowful for pe brass band music, no. A friend is Infantino Town Bantma Ubiape. To the moment, what they a no better event, no solo. Ubia and Nijisa brass band music, no, right? You are assured of the person's participation. In the Ufano 11, a friend is saying areas, no crana, 11 major areas now. A walk constituencies no crowd within the greater Kumasena. Now say Ubia bet me a breezy Nipa Visro be about 500. You are guaranteed of 5,500 people because of the attraction to the music, Soloku music. But any event centered on Soloku. And crying. And one more festival for them. But also one more festival. You don't more cook for that event into that Easter Monday, no. And one more so any kusia for no ebewo. After so ye cooking competition, no. A event bia ye be ye omo benua aduane akane na ye noa ye mu bebre ye refi. Into Monday no ye launch ye no plan ye ballot for the cooking competition. Emma nipa bi yibi. Could you believe say ye sponsors na say yemfa the only training college that was constituency no yemfa omonka ho na omonpeke aduane ni bi no omonmenwa wonim say omopeke mekohira wa ne bodejo ewrana opeke mekohira wa ne bodejo no so wonim aduane kro wonim bodejo so enti eno so sa cooking competition no enso ewo ho a revive yen cost of your culture no niam bia yes sir.
I say onim mokoshawa ne bodejo.
Also onim mokoshawa ne bodejo.
And oya Gen for ya.
Sa pepe so. It's also a festival to revive some of our lost culture, particularly in Nuane Ayedie. So what I say, it was so interesting time ye ballot no. Wow. And the name Soloku was deliberate because we knew say Uchuswa it will arouse that controversy and drive the necessary traffic. And so far, he's doing that magic for us. Because Obiati Soloku, Soloku, the Soloku, but Obebano, ni Soloku. Na a yes, event we know, and a take center stage. Now, Easter Monday, no, Ubioko, Ubiano, na O Sanefo, and Tessa. You know, Nikakra Akano, Opesa would the Onoso ba. Mensia South, na ne kakra ka no ba bi di wo ho. So ati ase na ama local economy ni sika ye den abem. Wo ho. This is the whole concept. Enye political. Mati se bi say regional minister ye ne de and ye nsi na there bi. Hwe time ye the year of return e wa akra no. That month na 30 December enkoso won kan. Hello?
Honorable Mitiepa na ekoso.
Na ekoso. It is different events. Opani si amyeni amre na yamfa ne yema enwu kwam e wa asante mamu a. Opani ye die ebeka akire. Enkane no. Na yenuanom a omuwo north every ebesi bono ahafo na omu dija no mu nyina ba Kumasi no maba bedija. So you had a very vibrant economy in Kumasi. And as I say, Abai Aye Eastern Corridor, and they have multiple access to multiple markets. So what I say, it is a young taking initiative be a bit drive the traffic into the region, particularly the capital, that is Kumasi. Then the market, the economy of Kumasi will be dead, right? And a series of programs are made as MP Asebi because Constituency. There were a lot of hotels Asebi from ama are resulting in unemployment. Oh, me de egu akwem se be ya make we rejuvenate the economy in my constituency. And Sebi enye festival nko say Soluku festival. It is just a catch name that would attract your initial customers. Your initial customers, omuti the Kumasi metropolis. Omuti the Kumasi metropolis, and we said you've been a drive and what is going to drive them? What is going to drive them is what they know already. And the Soluku is what they know already. So you are using that as the anchor to bring them into the constituency. And when they come, they will see a lot of events. That will make them come the following year. That will make them come the next year. We shall call Easter Convention, Easter started as church conventions. In fact, it was okay.
Okay.
Started as church conventions. And eventually, President Kufuor time, and Oni Jake, Yura Jacobiche Bilamta, when you're the baby crow. Omude the paragliding no air day, a buy. Omude the paragliding, a buy. And nyina koka homa ehye mukena so ati ase enti yenso we are taking the initiative ye hope say yamepoa because menhia ana ade eye ni tiri no se enyiri ye kese fa Kumasi nyina kra na menhia benya ne chefa ewo asunsun so a papa ebeba, and so that's what we are looking at.
Wonderful. Woka grand sales na Makai those times pa or Prempeh Assembly Hall. Jajaya na da jeni posokra e ba ne sa jana Kumasi ye de. We no Easter year be and at the maiden one no air shase right.
If I try Easter year be Easter Monday no na air shase the maiden one. But
all right. Now yeah, check the frequency of it. Easter be a festivity nkwana Soloku programming ebeba anase beyond Easter festivity no ye be hu no frequently.
Me were a lot of programs I made with my constituency. In the last 15 months I made MP no. Mama nipa over 150 are eco universities with my constituency mu scholarship. As MP my nipa any surgery over 200 already. Bakubia cost me 5,000 cedis. The records are there. Everybody knows that. The cataract surgery, the glaucoma surgery. I'm doing that. As MP, we provided business support for the people in my constituency. As MP, we provided a lot of support from Kuala, Omuwo JSS, Nomina, Omukochro, BEC. I do all these things. But sabi, yes, any pekwe we nkwa na wo constituency. Me ba yi, de bia ni pe ha me, omo pe adwuma. Lawyer ye pe adwuma, opayi, ufu se nipa wo adwuma wo krum ha. 500,000, be kwa kocho. Be apply some person mu security. Nipa 5,000, nipa 500,000. And your margin so mu ko security job available for 5,500 people. All these things are happening because there are no jobs. And to be my constituency, the opportunity is there. Look, my constituency, Nyankopo Yamadom, Nanyama way Nina, my constituency, there is a grand opportunity for tourism in my constituency. And there be a Mijina Pinsi be astronomical. Ofano culture, Che Mensia. Ashtown, you see Ashtown because of say Sagrenti war no, say Garnet Worsley war no, a destroy a doom. Anna Kumase ahemfo. Yesisi Asante New Tama womo. Se omo benhia mu wo menhia. Omo bekwa akosiesie omo ho no makohia mu. Etu ko menhia. Ukọ astan wa obehu se kro bebre fofi eyeden ewo ho. That on its own is tourism for me. For political tourism, a what na some MPP ni UP for ekuku dam free. And in constitutional law, no what will be to say Amadou Baba din. Amadou Baba o Menhia museum Utumfo museum kesiano. Upia ofa wonsa lefta o say Amadou Baba fie eyeden ewo ho. Into constitutional law, what the Amadou Baba ye deport no call Nigeria, no ye penny with Muslim People's Party. One what ye? So what I say, Uko Asia proper, Ubehuya Naba for Kutofi. Into a penny, Ufo says Sabri, Yamia Madom, Watum in Sem Nankamania Parasidi. Nanka Uko Menhia Museum, yet what them, and ye don't name Ashtown, ye church or Ashtown Abako Semua. The patrol on its own, and on your tourism, maybe driving the power constituency. In terms of the Menhia constituency there, in terms of tourism there, we are sitting on a pot of gold, and I'm doing everything within my godly knowledge and power. Submit to me, Ama Ade Akye Abia, not to me, I created the necessary jobs. Amaye said, yes, Sabi, Uko baby to say Amsterdam. Open you bet me an anti Amsterdam if you never be the Yene the Enye, the Enye the Amen Farmer, and Yama Papa made the Beba. Uko baby to say Roma, a horse who almost so dear. So what I say. But Yahano, a ba amamua, any amanua. Ubia for say a procurement into the Enye procurement and your papa. And now make wounds OBCI, MP Ubaye, one training for in entrepreneurship, the work of our Benny, and I'm a my entrepreneurship training programs in the Menhia South. But the point is, any Obiana ye entrepreneur, any Obiana ye entrepreneur. Sabi bidia uwa oye jumei. Ye papa Kwame despite. Yamia maninyansa nisika oye entrepreneur obe biye station no. Obia wodie nyankopon ache wadoma chede ya utumi kasa. Entuba betena station no so aye adwuma ye den amano. Fane say your papa despite be a radio station na usu bi bia mumienu ha na bekasa ama ne yonko obia no bekasa enti enyo obia na ye entrepreneur enti yo so ye ne se kakra bia ye betumi aye afwa ama nipa bi in the private sector edo musika ebeba be share economy ni mu because what we drive traffic in the consequences in the long term ade ba ko betumi asini say private sector ka say Menhia, se say the papa mu any hotel here every young cotonian physical and as you joint venture and physical can you imagine say we jobs a big creative fan me be to say Notting Hill Carnival UK Notting Hill Carnival generates £400 million every year and it supports about 3,000 full-time jobs. So what I say it's your chroma there say be and your procurement nipa musfas ana bibia nso no ye pese ye no NDC MPP as somebody who was born and raised in Kumasi but who the partisan politics and destroy Kumasi it is saying Mr. Mumia Phantom chain na nyama ye nyina obia betumi aye apagya kuro no yenye nyamfa politics nye bia na the politics beko for this program is genuinely towards development. That's my objective.
Honorable, you better say na particularly na me bisa say with this very one now Ebasu Easter no say Easter no twemu a how often and similar if not the same you be hu say ekoso constituency ho
because every year I'm looking at say you be here every month a Ghana month no na ye de aye treat first ya kura Easter period ni mu na ye de homecoming nomne other events ka ho just to bring back the people into the constituency into every year it's my plan I have a whole document I'm putting it together for the purpose
ya beda se ene Easter yi menhia South be de pa
Yankopon adom ti obi ansisi no ho ba pescashe obotum na bra be kakaka o Constituency ni mu uhu aduane atobi uhu nsu atobi nom se utina apese uyi akokotwa bi ukopu pese odom drink bi akobi eba bi konum bi na afei so bibi na abeba be hu so obi ton a eno nsu tobi na sika nka Constituency ni mu
ya beda se na we de wukoi na wotwi enkomokese free United Nations wo masetena se titru ne baako ana Ghana ye mampeni John Dramani Mahama SPA head which has to do with ye nananom a akokofo echi wo monkoa se wo yanyintum amansan yintum se na ye awudisem aye yetia nipa yetia na nyonko nipa you wana koto aba ama wo magia tum say yes indeed the course ne de na the greatest injustice against humanity as a nation for this global recognition say any spearheaded this agenda no ye mo se won
me pacho ya de o my penyin Jo Mahama ya de ye mo na adodanko akufuado abaso ono so ya de se ukai abakwasemu a ubehu se o my penyin Jerry John Rollins a pain so this whole issue of reparation so ebaye a che se enye enena ehyaase o my penny Jerry John Rollins there saa de we otu ho ono so tu ho na mo pa so obekaya le breso no there was a lot of discussions going on about reparation and so on and so forth enti so my penny Jo Mahama abekrawnia waya ade ekiro ne se amemu no sabi is always in continuum enti obi abeye bi toafu obi pen so the yesheshen yebewie yebenya eye minia ya kan say awie no yemi say ya ho say we nyina chi no eye de ade na yesheshe oh before say Bible say wa de nyina ho kwan na nsu nyina na fata ye na ahwodin a ye de hye saa ne yema wo yemu menka say ye eye na nsu ahwodin kro na yemfa nhye ya mamuo mu na yemfa nchi Ghana man emfiri ohia mu yemfa create nyuma for the teeming Ghanaian youth omuni adwuma eye sika eye but abakosem ba kire wo say sika aye pedi ni ade nyina no ye di akire pen anya bi pen ama ye wi akire no ye drum pempen so bi a esai hia ye okay in the year early 2000 okay the Glen Eagle Summit of Scotland bonu no mo champion in make poverty history okay that resulted in debt cancellation by most countries resulting in the HIPIC initiative. So okay. The effect was that a carry a thing in the chair. Emma debt cancellation. The part of the sacking in our chair, you know. Again, you could see ye. And then you could see a name. And I hear this year. I would Asaba as a country. And see, if it is for the purposes of setting the record straight on the international plane, say, we see ya, but say, yes, she says, the Benyasi Cabinia, a year, a bar, a year, the moon, a mere fire to so. You know what they say as a nation, you don't roll your sleeves. Now, I get a thing to turn around the fortunes of this country to make it a better place. That's all I have to say. Because slave trade I hear come once. You will never be a no more a big more. More than that, which is Abrofona. So, Abrofona and not they were involved in the slave trade. Said the Barclays brothers, Mumni Abieno. Some of them ended up setting up major banks, global banks, Mumni Abie, global financial institutions. Yeah, and they are watching the planet to one woman and fast forward about Sumaye. And I would say, yeah, you seek a semble, you to be Shesika. What you say? And they are yeke, Bruni, Ubabod Group, why you monument you are in terms of tourism, Mumni Abie, our slave trade, and before are benefiting from it. Yeah, you fought a castle square walk, Masia, a private tourism here, Crama, Kofabi, so a slave trade, not in Yahweh, so those forts in castles, open you, day. What you say? And see, you to me, your problems are, they say, apart from procurement, you pay a budget for procurement as a nation, you want opportunities are able to penny the country around. So I say, now we are now the reparation, which I have strongly in doubt, say a paper. We are reparation of the UNESCO put the day. So I say, it's Yajin Naye and so Yeska Nadia IBB, with Yeska Nadia IBB. And yet the Biana BBSka. There be opportunities and while we create two beings within the system. Now I created the necessary environment for other people to invest in the industries. Now when Jessica, now I created the necessary job. And the young really is listening what the ideas are near my window. Young fan into the development of the country. Send a bear, you bring Yuma, Amayan, or fast, a manoma, a pay Juma. Not Ghana economy, no. I cost for Nessica Benny Pabutum, and no one I'm a Pesamica.
Where the one of Pesaka found in a minute. So, dear Biaba we yet near one what the Maya Biano. Woman no development. Say yes car. And the Yanshasika Botino, say be a Ghana, say near Binya. They identify area B. Ewo ye economy and now ye developmental structure nimu. Na wamo from meye maye nenye monumenta ye betumi ahwe na ya hwe akai te se dia oka ye sanzu je dia ogine say
oh me bacho enkenya boni sabe obi so oba be yum papa untumi nkam untumi ndesmese sani ewusi kan no fan kwaya abrofu ye Millennium Development Authority okrum ase maaye Ocean Millennium Development Authority now. Ocean Millennium Development Authority now. You be when you say a friend is saying Millennium Development. You be when you say Abrofuna ba se omo be ye development program na my no. You be when say no concern yan say ye dey economy. E press say e no no me ye dey e di really ye. Ne fe and then they come, I say, yeah, I pen a year, and for 4 say, but I don't a year, a buy it. It is a woman, so more so we are a bit thing.
Yeah, that's it, honorable.
I said, that way, radio.
Mrasibe Jenia, and then Casa ye, Mensia South, and Mrasibe Jenny. Honorable lawyer Nana, a J. Bafu. Ena ye ne bon komo yi na wacha ba pa won medio no nsia oyene wa kase atena se wagina home kakra first half no obo no peace waba ma menko no but before that ma menfa we fam Ecobank enkai boyi o se eba no tumi ewo awowo enyenyan kire ene Satan tumi so a tumi a yedidi awowo ne enyenyankire ene Satan so no eno de oba de asafo urade de amayen unyi ni a ode kan Luke chapter 10 verse 19 osina mama mutumi se muntieti awo ne enyenyankire ene obonefo no tumi nyina so no tumi nyem huute enti aba no tumi a yedidi obonefo no so de a ene oba de amayen na mom tumi a wudi bedi wawu sika so de eno no Ecobank ene de mawo tumi a wudi bedi wa osika so eno de Ecobank na de mawo na Ecobank say beyond to me about the idea ma say fetieti awowo ne nyanya nkyere so no wohia tumi odi bedu sika so ema obi en control sika ma ho enye obi na ye adwuma no e pace kan ma no no wa kyerɛ wo dia fasika ne ye ɛna akwa ntumi nkyerɛ wo wura de a wonye sika na ye wo dia wo na wo sɛ wo kyerɛ sika ne dia wo sɛ wo de ye saa tumi ni na Ecobank ede e ma ho kyerɛ no Ecobank mobile app. Your transactive business were 33 African countries. Inti to me ya de ma mu do control sika no. Utumi di control sika wo 33 African countries so. So pese utia water, electricity, school fees. O pese mobile money transfers so ya de udi sika beje bia no. Ecobank mobile app ibe ma kwa mu utumi ya dodo. Nemum kai se Ecobank enya de bebisa wo se ye pe upin ana OTP ye mfrew na ye test wo misa ana se pe o bank card ana Ghana card details obi frew ana obi send no text message na wo bisa se na me ya make yi a pacho pi oboa emfi no nka boy wo pe mu nkyeremu bia no 0800 003 225 o fra ye bejo so na ye ne wa bonkomo 29 minutes after 8. Ade Akye Abia live on OK 101.7 FM Sydney on the line. Ankane Deputy General Secretary Edema Osnama Nyoku NPP oyemranim ni Nana Obribu ahen. Nana Mache. Nana
Brotenka.
Na mete ozo temenka.
Netonka pa no to say.
Nana boko de
Ansa me kan bono kasa no to say na je say o to say no to say.
Yeah.
Timla no to say o dey to say no bi sam say na wo ho ye no. O ho ye no twi pa. Na o ho ye me say na se me kan bono kasa no kan no to say. Na o ho ye ma je say o ho to say. Yo mate anopai.
Na me ho ye papa.
You anopai
dia boko na yebeko UN but just before that nyame ya adema ochina ne 1 week pepepe and United and Bemoff EPL akensie yi ko wiase ma Amad Diallo boy ya wonya ye obetai short asema chetenka United de di nkunimu ano na ne say Bemoff defender yi ko piano to referee say wahu VAR for no womu ntonko womu na omdu so mu ahu anche ana magwa nsako pia Bemoff player ewo United 18 mu a ende oje penalties anso nchu magwa record nana minim se match no we bia football pundit na kasa fa hu pi
na
suspend referee minimum so here ya dia wo mu ye is your time on time United
that was the match amam say can bomb of omuni bomb pa na minim yankopon o say bomb of nka top class no ho
banana wo bobo
follow Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United, then Man City. But that particular match no na me hu say because we show more passes actually no number ko Jeff ono so to ball pa ka so bomb of abo best 6 or 7 matches no mo ni feel in fact let me check your record no and he went on to tell me say bomb of player be a Brazilian it is possible say Brazil for the World Cup. But bomb of ball no boy no na amam hu se san ball the first pa na me ball no be ball no Spain say the mian nkan boa ball no be ball no England football pa be ball no England because all na no pa Everton team share Chelsea no now it's a ball no you get Atletico Madrid Barcelona Real Madrid doing well fine but you know a team like Abia, Crystal Palace, West Ham, Aston Villa, you underrate them, the ball on the ball. Even Tottenham, our relegation zone, we should ball at Tottenham, ball akono, especially on Barcelona Champions League and sana eba na no say 8-1 or 8-2. So me say sabono, but you know penalty dey na no kre and Maguire unse Maguire sheda son characteristics of Maguire. Sene Maguire no sa na Rudiger so sa suba na Rudiger. Sa na Arajo sisi Arajo so sa suba Maguire, Rudiger, Araji. Omo sa Pavaji si was Sibano. Eti penalty in there na no correct. Na record is no correct. But you know, Manchester United is doing well. But maybe the Manchester some of us knew. INT. You could join Manchester in the 90s, you know. If we say Ferguson Korea no Ayra. It's like the Barcelona renew. Thierry Henry Numpenso, Barcelona ne Azabi Iniesta no. And the Barcelona na no only Rayo. Ultimu say ye matra makwepa na omunya 1-0. Barcelona born na tane. I will not be surprised say on be league no. Na maybe the Barcelona ni, but I will not be surprised on be na Real Madrid. Because Real Madrid born na omo born with Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., then Rudiger, and then Chomeni, Adagula, and you know that is football. Yes, and their midfield no tembiano, unlike Barcelona midfield no bone mudaho. Then the defenders no, Arajo no, and Pedri no, Wamoko Jekiri hon. Because we are now on Rayo ya, Boba could be say. Omo titi munwa Rayo eba na Rayo for them and son and edi animu na nya outside so beka yanka yakose na Barcelona ni bi ejima no kokona. So Barcelona wamo strategy na omde bono, it can never give them the Champions League cup mada, because who konya team to say Madrid and now konya team bia enimu hofo no womo ye very faster. Wamubama and someone to Mudedia. Gagazo what to make?
Maton Kappa.
I know what analysis also.
Matias, pa.
Yeah, very fantastic analysis.
Ade Akye Abia enkrofo gidie ne enkrofo awon so VAR ni mu no. Yapa like because enim say omo na omo ye solid bedrock auxiliary to the referee on the field of play. As a referee no kura hu kura wo mu be hu aka na in this instance pa o mienu ina bia nkawe.
You see, in law, an expert opinion is not conclusive. In law, an expert opinion is not conclusive. So VR no be jeno outside. My referee no insist say you go you go. Because the VAR is an expert opinion. But the referee in the middle of play, no any public my own function. Why you know? So it's a said now Leverkusen and Arsenal. So I want the partner to be my Arsenal. No. I'm not football nation in Leicester. I'm talking about the first match. I'm not talking about the second match. You know. Leverkusen versus Arsenal. I want the penalty to be my Arsenal. And your penalty cry. Oh, we are referee no conscious VR and could be who say your penalty. But anyway, I had a butcher at the end there, yes, me, I have them. A butcher at the end there, yes, me, I have them. And you have a fan, and yet, in real period, that you have a fan, sir, I can have them.
None of it, you and said that we can't.
Oh, boy, on say Atapoku, on say non per Katkirkwasam. Oh, hey, Umbeke other than the Waba Parker. Why? Now Tapoku Chiranjan says, say, Tim and Per Katkirkua. We're born in wine. Then you only have a boy about the cannon. I'll be no Korean person to young West Row. Atapoku natural Nagan, Atapoku football at the street. Watch another said you can cook with your young men in Yadin. A body burn at Tapuque.
Nane,
yea.
Away from football, now Afiyenko UN. I said, you call international scene, Ghana global recognition. Yeah, boy, I was so powerful. Slave trade, the consequences. And say we are seeing Abedia to say it was the greatest injustice against humanity. I feel that you are not to Abadiatum say yes indeed. Dia yagita yeniase ayeka no eye no kre.
No, you see, Nanado started it in 2022. I oppose it. Domahama that was 2025. I oppose it.
Adenti.
Minim abako sampa me no krekani pa misiro nyame pa eti me stand no anya Professor Jampo num bia na oya Jampo TV3 program bi Nanado ye na anya se de no aboje no so and that Domahama akoya de Jampo ni anchi. I am not like the Jampos. I Obribuahin. I'm not like the Jampos. Obribuahin is Obribuahin. And you continue to be Obribuahin. Look. Sa reparation ya omkwe. Eye abrofon kwa na to. Abibifon kwa na. Dabi. Na adentia. Abibifon so. Eto abibifon kwa. Oh yes.
Nana to the Gen Z's na ye nim before wo mo to wo mo nyonko before nko no before ben nom na ye kan masem.
Blacks, you know, the transatlantic slave trade now started park at 1500. Now you were Arab slave trade. Arabs no aba Africa. Aba betonko. Argentina nta akacho from kan wase na jazin for no mode an say what say slave trade transatlantic trade when na to when no koton when no the chair no the kofia the Gen Zs need to learn a lot na Gen Zs no betuma sua kese this unya no korekafo ene no korekani ti se obribuan what mama mo slave trade no kran eyedan ni fase bai enema bi umre kakra na beboy wo ma di kan ba 1471 Portuguese no mo baye o mo betena sama ansana o mo tena Elmina o mo start say o mo ye sugarcane and cotton be dua adi before na be fa be no ne be wa hodene ado abetim do kofi abetim bo ateke mo betim bia hwede. So around 1500 no na the blacks binum koy because if you go to ahanta enenzema history no akratu phobia brofo ba first be de koy se be mba ko hia brofo na be bada chi bia me se be be kasamafo. So there's a record of some Dutch scholars are no more in Zaman and a hunter for before 1500 or early 1500. Good. Now, discovery of African Ebanishing around 1430, 1440. Not free Geneva until the spices any gold. And they are supported or musicasm. Now, middle men no our for free Indian banner. Oma for free Indian banner. Na omuba na ne boeden. So Spain and Portugal because Holland was then a colony under Spain. So Spain and Portugal omo yese ombe penipa ombe ko India. Abraham from Mediterranean ho. Na omo akono omo no akosi konkosi foneti. No omo timanya spices and gold. And then omo dey start here. Intina compass ni hono be ya be baba ko na be bedru ba bia na ba sanako na ba ko transfer na ba stadia at that time no compass ni ho now omo eye no a omo bedru sama was 1471 then Elmina 1482. Omone blacks in Isia, Omuntemuye, Omupes, Omoye cotton, Yedia, to say, in Fichide, Yedia cotton, Fichide, Yedia Shibie. Blacks now, the bar, said the father, the way you don't have who went there. As we say, Sarah Bird, you must say a blacks in the one within a power. Now, with the discovery of American by Amerigo Vespucci and then Christopher Colomwell, Omuko also, Omune Jadi, Omuko will say, yeah, cotton sugar cane plantations now. A day pa. It's a bay and on that, or more free stay in Portugal and catch a red Indians and say, you couldn't go for Africa. You're Colombian African. That will be before about them wedding. By nature, the DNA of the black man, a more around wedding. It is Adia, the better button about the year of Funamai. That was the beginning of the slave trade. The first 80 slaves now that they free Europe by Africa, America. The first slaves, you know, but free direct from Africa to America. That they free Europe, not that they buy America. But the buy and the who say, hey, they are dear pa or more than and there's Abia. You don't go for the free Africa. Near the bar America. Now, you see Europe, you near my brother, and you hear two abuba, two, and Ashisha. Ashisha in Akahu. I'll show you this evening. Into the bar. Now, I be before no, I am for no any slave breeders. No. But what she never the other talk. Never so that the slaves in every Africa, never the America. And then I find transatlantic slave trade. Transatlantic slave trade. Both Nanado and President Mahama, they are not giving you the true historical background of slave trade. African leaders, African intellectuals, and more true historical background. True historical background on media mountain. True historical background on also just and some transatlantic slave trade in the Bano. Na Arabs never told me pa, never the Beko. I don't know the monk can want some. Why say African intellectuals and can want some Gen Zs no? I'm on say, oh, sir, some Arabs no crano, or more free kush. Winning kush.
Ah, no, meaning pa.
Kush here. Modern day Ethiopia Bible no can him now kushi Ethiopia.
Nana and na Bible ka say Elijah, a man from Cush no.
And one Ethiopia as a waka Persia. Persia in the Bible near Iraq. Persia in the Bible near Iraq. Mesopotamia in the Bible near Iran. And the Shadia Masanama among for Mamuti no. So now we move to Robert slaves for Kenya and Djibouti. No, Saturday Kenya no Djibouti no. Sad woman the other tongue or Mukono. Other no, I know the young come once. Omukra the other day, you had the tower Moko be a nipper drone with the Womoko. Nani Paba Kokoya and Yamohua. But Dum Kono Adulumina, Sabako Pakoya Yamohun. That was serious. That was serious violation of human rights. And African leaders in this war are absent. But Babaka. Now, young Koyanin view. Mama one says slave trade in one and yet being a premeditated said, Mikoyese and Makoyese, a circumstance and a Dubai. Now, Meno, the inhuman treatment, Bachelor, but the chair Guninsa, but the chair Guninana, but the now Atupum, why am I not to action, but the Nakosha Castle, and not. Ya so nipa da se nipa ye ni si but nya ya no na nya abofuru nkwan treatment in fact before the transatlantic slave trade no na ancient yentamu ha na bosom bi kura se we obi fom bosom bi a yetim de nabusia fo ba na anum kopata bosom yenkubo but the bako seven court na bosom no no be nya adwuma man eno nya slave trade ni bia. Why are we not talking about that one? Because you be bossing so better no entia. You didn't press your wa. And yes, let's trade in Libya. So apart from the inhuman aspect in India, African intellectuals, African philosophers are not being honest and sincere to the Gen and to the history. They pro, then cannot correct. Now, better the call on the Kotu Red Indians. Slave trade, mining in an area better. If you go to Britain, that association no better slaves. Near some so association do a Britain, but I'm quite in France, near association do a but I'm quite so France for expressing is equality, liberté. Equality, liberté. What is equality, liberty? I just said, Debbie, in children and Tono. Some expressions when now we're there, and some slave trade, ye be good. Now, you go to Spain. Now, man for the brave. Now, so I come slave trade, pushing year. And you've been a share that trans. And you know, that is any mean can ya. In some cases, I said the BTC to say, well, yes, as a comfort not to see or quack or no money. But I can so for the member, Cabonaco the other member, Docopim the member with the moon from Yadru. I'm not sure and said that so Becum as a so 42 for the national. And now Cabonaco the Anaconia didn't could be. And now Docopim, but you know, okay, Cassia anymore, as I said, or liberty. Kwame and Nkrumah from Denchira, and therefore you be we. And now idea we share that plan the best circumstances. So back to the slave trading. I cost me now a month for a year against it. I tell you now, associations in Africa beton. Now they hurry, they debate, they survey. So it became not profitable. Two. That was an era around 1617, remember when the discovery of gold. It is a very gold here, a very average here. Dealing in human beings, in fact, you better gold, you better average, you better grains, near the Akko. And on a by and large by 1808, a month slave trading, a good year. And so picture na mapentia ma woni atiefo nyina no hwekasi animu nse America Armenia and America titia America is right, Israel is right, Venezuela is right, because they know the history very well. Americans slaves ni bebre do amko red Indians never came to Africa, but Africa meto slaves abofuru na beto de ba ye ni be betena ye. And you know, the injustice aspect, one and person America and Israel and Venezuela can say, oh, injustice. But injustice, whatever is carried out, is injustice. So trocosi, trocosi, modern day, injustice. So you call Gambaga, which is village, maybe the Ababu, Abrawabi, so by Yeshua, injustice. So injustice, no, Samuel, and that's all over Africa. All over the world, all over Africa, injustice in war. Why? So it should have been man's injustice towards the fellow man. I don't know how come. Young son to us view. One of the European countries they abstain. Why? Because countries in the UK, Spain, Portugal, directly countries in the tongue one. And association, companies, never tongue one. So companies never tongue one. Why do you say company be a British merchant abeto nkwa? You want the whole UK to be held responsible or answerable? No. And to here, woman Spain, UK, France, they abstain, and they are right. Because of the history now, media man, and African leaders in the publicity. They are behaving like the the actual truth of the matter is that Kosibro near come near gold, your diamond, your manganese, your timber. Africa, after independence, whether Nigeria, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Togo, Benin, Niger, tell me no. Now, resources are more, but young anti for baby so. Sikadie sikawia krono purpose and communion and teacher, and then I say no. So in our foreign state, you know, your person, your leaders can be to justify the you said. Say here your crampa, and you bro, look, let's take Seychelles. Seychelles was established after the abolition of slave trade in 1807. Seychelles acquired an assassin Dahokwa and a France and the ma companies. No, Modini Paco success. So Seychelles is unlike Liberia. Seychelles is less successful. But country and economy are high in Africa today, and not the year win. 26 March 2026. Seychelles. Only good, only damo. But with good leadership. And Seychelles are colony. So America's slave trade dinner, they are just making mockery of themselves. Nanado started it in 2022, or when I started it. Or your home conference in November 14th November to 17th November. One day, you can say, Nanado and Domama tell Ghanaian said, Sika Beja is our project in Never Royal. And I can tell you, what is Sikana? A better mamma dear train a free crime, Akopaga. Train a free crime, Akoboko. Nada when you make train free crime, Kopaga, train free crime, Ankoboko. Well, now we are in Abama Ghana for the energy. Abama Nigeria for the energy. Abama Cote d'Ivoire the energy. Look, by 1400, Asian Mali was a country not yet so rich. Asian Mali, no, now a modern day Mali, modern day Guinea, modern day Senegal, and the modern day Gambia. You are Asian Mali, modern day Mali, modern day Guinea, modern day Senegal, modern day Gambia. When Mansa Musa in 1335 or thereabout a call pilgrimage in Mecca, or for 5 years in the gold to Buabafum. Mansa Musa went to about 100,000 supporters, Obiasu gold. So you can go to me here and Kamali, but to go to Noah. And Obia near Africa, Obia or Mali, Bia better fee, Sanya Baran or Mani and Otifi, Miss Kanakoto Kultum, Akoto Okotum, no one yet did. And so Kosha Mali here. So when African leaders say who sitting about Boa, they are cheating, they are looting, they are stealing from their own people. In 1919, Governor Gilbert surveyed all the mineral lands in Ghana. But what is Governor Gilbert? And I believe because we are going to Chicago. Adana, Yenya Fahundi, and the leaders, no, Ghana, both MPP and DC for now, my baby Chicago. Commission report.
Banana. Well, Daruma, and come free you and buy after the voting, and I say voting, no reparation, no near my a woman, no, sank your container and ye be so near me womb, financial compensation womb, debt cancellation womb, development assistance womb, and the return of looted cultural artifacts. No crown, or 2 to the second. As say initiative Nazi Krama Asante Gudebi Yansaki can be a Binsunam Council Eba. Way nature now say the AC until day.
Yeah, because you see, looted artifacts Asante first Category or Mandian. Oyo for in Nigeria, Estati and Nandian. The Bale in Cote d'Ivoire started say or more artifacts. Countries in I am from the breed. Asante for artifacts in the year 1902, 1903, or Modecoy and Obuasi company in Kotoye, free UK, no Modeba South Africa. Now Asante for one on their own. Started negotiating for their artifacts. And you're Ghana bank. Uko Nigeria, and Nigeria bank. Uko Benin, and your Benin bank. So artifacts are by the bank. And you're bank. 2. If you take the resources of DR Congo alone, DR Congo resources are a war from ebetimi finance the whole 15 West African countries. DR Congo resources. Now, yentimi nyisuni enti ani hia. Ghana 6 March 1957. Ghana per capita income na Ghana was richer in South Korea. Na Ghana was richer in Holland. Eban se na se say awiwi ye kure. Bad leadership. Bad rulers. Now, recent times, World Bank gonna say economists are a good warrior supply a do no. Baku kure ni African country. The last country no or out of 15 no South Korea. By 1950, 1958, 1957, 1959, the kind of economy yes in South Korea. And then another year previous manner basically come South Korea. So every African country, 54 countries in Africa, South Korea said every single African country. You got your man who knew leadership. After independence, your leaders in your woman 99.99% no aya kromfo awudifo azan kalabule 419 enti amajan na ye wo mani ni nyina mu no ye tete ye muna ye bre sagana ye after independence ye resources no ye ni ya nka Ghana ni bia tifie bosome so ne sika koto kontum Ghana ni bia like Oman and Baran. So you look at the picture very well. African leaders, Akufo-Addo, John Mahama, anybody you know, they can't be the shortcomings now associated with their governance. The looting, the stealing, the all over Africa, not Akufo-Addo and Mahama. All over Africa, the picture is that African leaders after independence, Sikadie, Sikeria, Chronobo, Azan, 419, family and friends, Cryptomaniacs. So that is the problem. And we are back on one way Jensen, no, more Mabaso. Now, at the time of slave trade in 1807, there was no country known as Ghana. There was no country known as Togo. There was no country known as Cote d'Ivoire. There was no country known as African countries in India. Will be Ethiopia, Egypt, and then maybe Tunisia. Womanana eye, womudinino at Tunisia kana Carthage. Nyakani na 1805 sabara ba chen kwa. Ewa mfimfini ha modern day Ghana na okoka otempanor mche na mfimfini ya. Wulu say ochen wo Ghana na so ochen wo Burkina Faso. We don't have this. Mahuza Manasa Zora published it. He quoted from English scholar the man. Now man for super Manasa Nora. Because there was no country known as Ghana, no country known as Congo, no country known as Nigeria. So Manasa figures no in slave. Arbitro. I call it intellectual dishonesty. So sometimes people like Manasa Zulu and Musa Dankwanum Nama Akasisaman Yakonono. They are not factual. They are not honest. Manasa Zure, be the kind of time, but issues like this, and this opinion pool. Musa Dankwan Kenahum. Mature minds are thinking of this country. Can Nigeria better by 2027? And the state governors in APC at all. And I go to South Africa. Madam Katana, so the truth of the matter is that women na yenni debinsi were all over Africa. South of the sun, young for Jamboyeti. Say I'm paying for Bill Medio, you're paying for Sika, you're paying for Boya Chrono, you're paying for anything in Africa, yeah, Brazil. For me, I know my belly and Kayadia. Bobby Wayne, Uganda, or contest elections in the US, only US and Kabana Yakum. In Cameroon, the opposition leader, Sesi or Gambia, only Gambia Sianka Yakum. Adena Mahama Yakufa Donuko Jinawa. Na African leaders now based in Simu, and Jamon Kamwasem. Slave trade was abolished in 1807. One abolished 200 something plus years. Where are some of the Makasa? Yena Honey and Kamwas and the first camera. Now African leaders, Sabofumuko, Donald Trump, Kasodi, Sikama Baba. Leaders in other question, one is Sikamba, the man of the Ebidruha. Tell me, not a single African leader. Possibly apart from Kofi Abia and Professor Moss, Ghana has lead the BNY Canada man and called the debate. So we need to be honest as intellectuals. Shababi go diamond mangan simba na carbon pie no hospital, but I'm penny hospital me and sending you penny. Then you are talking of reparations, let's return. But my some credit can the MPP and the NDC government or among countries say because saying I are spending on this project. Because can they tell us? Sika about spending on this project MPP and NDC. A bit my yet train akopaga. Train in Juma. Now it's your honor the kake. So the truth of the matter answer. A bit brave no, move up brand when you party show bribo. The debia what trem when you money so. Waka no crack them. What be money? A moment who no cram. Now ya da ye mu binum be wunu. Da no wie mbe ye din. Nyanko pon be ka say me doba we dia ma pega no de no. So well for academic exercise and for the records reparation by 123 3 against something abstention. I made a minimum back or some back on ano back when you pardon was sent on the one coin. Nakasa na Ghana boy. When nurses are not being paid, when teachers are not being paid. I don't know. I think the moody minus one. Would the more minus one? I said, money and your modi and your mopan and what. Why MPP and NDC, CPP, Progress Party will lead us in because the Ghana and some the whole of Africa. The whole of Africa. So, I mean, baby, you want me for yourself to be on and take Liberia. Liberia is so misled. Liberia, the background any power. And so, countries are always near Boko or Liberia. And then as a shelf, you can only gold, only diamond, only timber, only manganese. So that is the irony of it.
Right.
We will continue to talk about Africa. Naga something, yeah. I'm giving a bronze gem and Yankopon. Or the Amayan Africa.
Na 19 ka do besi senka sika bi kura wo mu a enka wo mo ye ni development ma ye.
Yes, sika bo wo kura ba from South African leader dia. Dem ma companies na mra na mo me, dem ma bi mra no me ye tire nkwani. Dem for Ghana leader dia nsem ye hia tire, ye hia tran, ye hia bas. Because MPP 8 years tire anya adwuma, ajekum kofo tire anya adwuma, Professor Moss Mahama 3 years. So you take from 20,000 to 26 years, 3 years. How do you call this as leadership? How do you call this as leadership? That in Switzerland, about 6-7 years ago, Okatan of Sarana train and then we in free London, no about France, of insurance. African leaders are not ashamed of themselves. President Mahama, let them tell us about credit card the back and you got your phone and your hotel never die. Allowances for me. And then a moving system in the past. And then both MPP and NDC on all of Africa. Mubu Bunipa Moa, Mubuya Moa. Then the machine who makes you say a pen qua brutality. And can cock a phone never go for a ship with me, say a person. And that will tell you, say, hey, sir, I be before only there's not disappointed among for say. Even on Sahara and also Libya. Because frustration and despondency. Let's not fear with the enemy to quarrel. Let's name who are Emeko. I'm being number. And then I laughing stock. The man in Maya, Benfo, Yayan is about Kokora in Akura, Hinti, Abakokora. Hospitals in New Biabakokora. The Biabaki Nippon. Train one calorie accident will be. Chicago call US and MPP time 2022, 2023, and President Mahama members. And they are not ashamed of themselves. And you have their supporters who won't behave like Professor Jampu. MPP time they are a year. NDC time they are a year. I mean, how? Why can't we be principled in life?
No.
Let's have a drama or preventing that trouble.
Na me catch you.
Yeah. Let's have a drama and committing that trouble. Now I'm for the papa. I'm out for the papa. Because the comments, you know, my answer is already now. Comments, you know, the comments. Then a Professor Jampo, who will be a year 50, and some more can do this. enemy all coming me. Oh, China you boom man. Na Africa, Nigeria is Tinubu. Uchu mutanya 2027 about Tinubu win. Obejim. Obenwini. Aden, ya bi before. Mr. Yankopon Michel, maybe Sana Yankopon Pacho, Ulo Bugama Pena, Miss Row. Temu, a bit bremu, or more by political ministers, deputy ministers, president in Nigeria. Uno didn't pop born and born say Betim and Bronsama say Betim Sabi Bulada. How can a country like Ghana Eden here? How can a country like Mali? Mali go deposit our money in Yasam Ketua. Oil deposit one Nigerian, because could be a free. As I said, about the second year, they go to Liechtenstein can finance the budget of Nigeria, African leader Abacha. Go and look at the Apollo Commission report. Go back to Kwame Amoh who are betting my Ghana budget. Then I go to Togo, a yard man in the bus from 1964, 65 up to today. Papa been in the Baneji Amansa. Go to Equatorial Guinea. Look at the problem. Go to Cameroon. In Cameroon, the president, the vice, the head of the judiciary, and the speaker of assembly. Nipa for look at them fear the whole Yasia. It's getting to 300 years. Nipa for penny. 300 years. Nipa for penny. Then fear the world was at so. I got 300 years. When the other man, probably I was human. That's why baby out the hospital of the and African leaders, Akufo-Addo and Mahama and I will fear design Ouattara and would not be talking about these things. And slave trade. And slave trade, you know, Uko Salaga market. And on Abrafuna Koto Slation. Uko Kunso. Abrafuna Koto Slation. Uba Efigase. Abrafuna Nebeto Slation. Uko Bromanson. Uko Asemanson. Abrafuna Koto. And you be before and not only before. Brony Jayade. Nana. When God is by 1919, all discover mineral lands in my own. Who so would cooking gold that? And so I'm not for a thing I am depleted. And that was the mamma in Tiningo Castle, Sayan go for Sibin Galamsi. Oh, I'm so sick and tired of Ghana. I'm sick and tired of Africa. I'm sick and tired of Africa. I'm sick and tired of Ghana. Back to base, Biaka Nabas. And that what is so simple, kosher. Qualipa Bediama. And when I did this NDC Bapa was so awesome, Beba. NDC, me don't know how to my minute as NDC Bapa was so awesome, Beba. Okuja Black, oh, I just play back. My friends are making see my friend Okuja Black. Koka won't play back. Now you're showing a coupon. Okuja Talk in America, say reparation. Mamma come home, a tear for baby, even per se. Now coupon can be Akuma. My papa. Nankopon be ma yemu binum ni ndie ni nyansa no saa na ye be yi the say Israel for na fi Misrim se na mu Nankopon yi Israel for free Misrim ada appropriate
na ne be da sia no pay na obribu ahen emranim ni wasom e wo MPP amanyoko mu pen ebre bi atwam se deputy general secretary na ye ne bon komo no 11 after 9 Ade Akye Abia on OK 101.7 FM na Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic Dr. Dubuaten ayare hwebre na yeduru so yi ye bo Dr. Dubuaten dia san wa wonim bebia ye de yare ekọ eja yare no ho e de apomuden ya hoden e ba fie ho asem na meken. What are you waiting for? Ye brofo kazada na se chiri na ne se wo twan de yin ni ekomode no ahwehwe aduane echi kwan e wo choba na restaurant si wanya bi wo fie a dia wo pension no ma bi nche fridge mu wasoma se yento bi mra wonso so asabi wonti apo ohonfa wo sebi yare bi agbo a wo pa yaresa oso dia na wo twen wabra Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic Dr. Dubuaten ne doctors ni nurse fire ready say ye beye wa tu ama oyare kura wode nam no ye nam homeopathy kwan so asa oyare ama ho ato yare bi te say stroke eno ye yare bi abapa ise nuane ne lifestyle bi nti na so asedan kewura de say Dr. Dubuaten Ghana hani Africa ha de stroke ayarehwe no nanim ne nachi enim doctor ana hospital kura echen no wono nanim stroke niema edeba enti stroke no se wo de ba wonim dia eye ma stroke no baaye webu ho stroke no beba no ne edikan ni o wa na ne ho aye titiriti sa nipa ne jase na wonte pin wo na wonte nipa no wo abonse bibi ni nam ne nipadua mo ho na ejai o ho na asanso ni nemu asa patre ana catfish a onam fish pond mu sa nipa no abonse o ho ne mu ye ne sese asa soja bonfire wonumu wonye adwuma nya hwete faako so no wa bre body na bre power pan ni kura mbresa wono a wonye adwuma te faako no na ne kotodwe ne kuachi na poso eye ne ya we eye stroke ba enema edikan no ebi asase wo nipadua mu a symptoms ibi mo na moto na hwehwe Dr. Dubu aten kire kwan wo endpoint homeopathic clinic senso bia na stroke na badada ebi na enye wo a oyire ebi anya wo a wukunu sebi o maami ana o papa na obi a wunim no kanfo endpoint homeopathic clinic mano nipa na so original ne naso a no tumi no koba nse wani beje eno da nchen yi a emema yare ye prostate cancer sei wotina o me ahye roba esa wonti ayase de bi o wabra okọ endpoint homeopathic clinic Dr. Dubu aten behwe prostate cancer yare na ma ho ato am wesi udadam wani mpodi oba woti wukuna se bi wonya prostate cancer ho emma be ma no nko wa fanisika mu fa uba na fanoko na prostate cancer no so ya yare bi a eba empetu preko mba ebeba won ka yansa enka ya nini joso betumi aka wo pa ase de se wenya beebi anwonso a obedwonso egu ho nyame ya dom wonya beebi a woyi nkruma pipe to wonsem ya wo yesa obedwonso no age wo kyem betim wase obi a niemetim wo kyem ya kura na nka Johnson no beba nka wo fa two sports kitwa bisa akoda no nso na asofam nyame ya dom so na se Johnson no so belande so a eba na emu akyemienu ase tire kore ba ko nam south ba ko nam east prostate cancer no ubonza obemem ase kaka chufa kaka duro ya nyam de gu obemem wadwunse wie no kai emu se su se ya aye warning signs prostate na ebe bema wo fili de meka ye bi ewo obememu a entina wo hwehwe Dr. Dubu aten kira kwan entem enu etire yare bi ya yesa ye wa ba fun fidie nso so e ma ya yare hwe ye entem wonche eninti hwehwe kira kwan ye akra ye was Spintex Road baby a shell signboard no one Tema community 25 ye ben kwa na so hotel kuma se kronoma bo hia ye ben Angel School Complex no Takra de Anaji Estate ye ben Anaji Police Station Dr. Dubu aten se do ye ne da no nsesem won change in style no enche na obehye ne doctor atade ne wura consulting room but wo a wutie ya no peyi a wunya mba ayarasa bia ono ebia na wo ho mfa wo ebia na wo ntiapo Dr. Dubu aten the consulting room no aba ofie ene ne se bebi owo bia wo de frɛ no kadea ya wo kyerɛ no ete se dia oti nanim wo consulting room a obo wapomuden ho nkomo a kyerɛ no pepepe Dr. Bema wo de ya wo no honim de eye dura wo be kyerɛ wo senso so ya kwankyerɛ bi na wo se wo hia ma de ya wo no kwa o de Bema wo dodo 0244 86 70 68 0244 86 7068 and 0274 234321 0274 23 43 21 Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic Dr. Dubu aten se fa yare brei yare beko na me fi akire bowre mu mame
yo me story e graphic de obokrata na chia say Osin National Anti-Illegal Mining Operation Secretariat ayi Trinity afre ne 9 months no wo mo ebo adwuma pa 9 months ebo adwuma e wo ko a wo ko atia galamsey e wo Ghana fa na enyina ene omanfo bi a wo mo eto mra ye achi wo mo akodi ahoro a wo mo agigi fi wo nsem ene eniema ne bi a wo gi a wo se no no we che se ampa wo ko anim wo se na wo twe a edi nkan awo busumi emono eya ade a 9 months SCZ excavators mfidie makomako aduokron and 94 na Shamfines bese empemiensa 3000 womo aseno afi akodie bese aduonum enkron 59 ene no so womo agegye ene womo achi enipa ahanu aduasa enso 237 a womo nyina galamsey ene womo etuo na womo dudro na China for womo dudro na China for womo galai achi yadra womo Director of Operations Emma Naimos Colonel Dominic Bua and the ensemble etu dwa enura bra woni de bofo atwetwe enkomo hwe se de Naimos abo adwuma na kodu eba no galamsey ho ekon ene enwa na muntu a mo etu e wo mamu na wo chema wo si so far so good omo bo adwuma pa na se eniema wo mo agigi wo mo operations no water pumps eye ahankron ene enum 905 cars ashen aduonum enwotwe motorbikes aduasa enso 37 enna etutia etuaboba etumi ehema ekọ runs bebre no emu bese ahanu enwotwe eno so wo nsa aka payloaders nso ennan ene wo agegye ena generators mfidie edumiensa na tese wo sha galamsey fo no se wo mokwa omukwa no memamu pa eboa wo mo ho na ni nyina emu no ena so obetimi aka se operations 122 and abusumi edu entem July 2025 edebepim March 2026 namosofo womo edomo ahyema womo aye na ochirema ose omo operations no omo hu enipa numa womo de omo yanda age omo susua enso omo tugala ewo site bi ye hu womo ewo ho ena ose Ghana for ediokron amiensa 93 eno mbe hu se omo so omo hyehye galamsey site a womo ne ahowo omo ye China for ye collabo omo ka bo mo eboa womo tia entia maji we ya ma me yo sei yom yedum sa e magala etumi ekoso na ni nyina mu China for a womo adro womo operations 122 emono 109 afi 32 Nigeria for na India for mienu na Vietnam this year ba konso eka ho a omo nyina gala ene yenya wo mu entu a ene graphic the story aba wo de obokrata no ekira sei
naimei wadaroma minkodu nkoma kakrai
mate
yenyin nkyiremu wo asem ye okenkan
yo
say Naimos fuyi edi na bi say Naimos ebi so say Naimos
me de senga NAI de nka meka no Naimos ana me hwese de ya choro no initials ne fa no and in the Naimos na
and ma me so me nka bi Naimos
amo
and o ka Naimos so a wo mo giso
ni nyina
wo mo say the biggest enemy of Ghana ye galamsey
kenoboa na odi atudwa gala na ekuyen ye wotamfo kese ba kwa
gala press conference ne chi no na krofo bi say omo di say yenim na eka ne say de na say
Edion.
Ya bemabu.
Oh, and so still they are making headways. Omo boy my yadi.
Anyway.
My yadi.
Young ministry nko we say anye bia wom ne Naimos and Naimos for no. What has been the biggest challenge and our challenges in Tia? Ama wom you oma fam die bia but still no the enemy. It's around the corner.
Yes, more.
On the line. Nipa wo boy am yedi san komo yi Pakwesi Shandoff, Public Affairs Director, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. Here am I.
Good morning.
Good morning. Apomo boko wahadie. Se onso so de ye.
Nyame bibia fine.
Na yem sisi kakra bi na wo fa abanebo a Naimos Ade boy regarding the fight against galamsey. Say still no wa mo ba ye your mafum die bia nso. E come here say the enemy is still there. We are not making headway ana.
The truth of the matter is o share galamsey fight here. Yedika ka say enya ade a you bet to me a combatant no like immediately and could be able to me I can say okay after 2 months and after 3 months we can't do that because Oshe when we talk this way, ebi mufi say ebi aye the assembly your politics, but in your politics it is in your politics at all. Oshe from the period 2017 all the way to even 2022, between 2017 to 2022, most of the times forest reserves are at 5,500 hectares of land. But you see our latest record from even Forestry Commission say number of Nsasia due to illegal mining, a brew 10,000 hectares of land. And he said the number of forest reserves or parcels of land that have been destroyed almost 10,000 hectares of land, or even more than 10,000 hectares of land actually. And Mr. said the fight, it's not something that you can resolve immediately because of the level of the devastation. Sebi Galamsey didn't even start in 2017. I mean, before 2017, yes, we knew there was Galamsey, but between this period, it is between that period, Galamsey, very, very deep and very, very prominent. That's how we say it in English. Very, very, very deep. And to usher the level of Galamsey, and yet any government, nobody can, and then that is what President Mama even said, President John Dramani Mama mentioned the other day, and they say he knows as president, he was not kidding himself and thinking he'll be able to deal with it immediately. I mean, it is deep into the fight, but all hope is not lost. Mr. Say, you were sounding like Obia. I mean, we are losing. No, all hope is not lost at all, because from the time we came in up to now, many be brave. I mean, Jim this area, we even have the time to go through them. But Osha and Rap press conference updates time, and updates time, and so it was just up to just this quarter from January to this March Busumi, this quarter. So much is being done, but like the way the sector minister, Honorable Emmanuel Amakofi-Boa, said some time ago, or say, this is how I put it, or say the Galamsey fights, say it is a marathon and yes sprint. They come marathon, yes sprint. I just say, and yeah, Ade Akye sorry, I work. I say, okay, so see Ade in just 1, 2, 3 steps, maybe it is one day after the Adam, kakra, and you are winning it. And so we are making progress, but we'll be honest to say, because of the involvement of politically exposed people. Now, politically exposed people, when you're NPP for there are people also even in other parties, including the NDC, who are also involved. And see, I say the political class, all of them are involved. I don't know how complicated, but and very soon we'll have results that all of us will be proud about.
The involvement of politicians here, okay, Mejidi ye say, here Namos and Penifua Wamudi and the Munua, or me strategists when it comes to military operations near the idea. So we attempted to believe, say, Omoko Kumbia noa, a corner dimension a bit take Biano or more solution on the be mitigate. Tibisa say political influence here, can once a ye Janis, and I say, ye will roadmap to be a wire, they can be that influence. No?
Yes, meaning a roadmap, but the political influence, when we go to the Galamsey sites, Galamsey sites is a lot of young boys and girls who are in the pits. You can easily catch them because they are very exposed. You can easily lay your hands on them. But the politically exposed people, you will not see them in the pits. Edimu city officers, Edimu cry pastors for Edimu imams. Some of them are football celebrities and journalists. Journalists, people who are very well exposed in society. And the kingpins or influential people involved are and politicians in Pupewu, a lot of people in society. And they are well connected. They are in the upper class of society. They are not like maybe some of us who are just ordinary maybe Ghanaians. No, some of them are well placed, and when you are going after these people, it is a network of people. It requires a lot of tact, because sometimes, look, Mamima was in Nairobi. able to our information be true intelligence. Say, oh, India, as soon as way is a kingpin. By the time you start probing now, we won't say Nipa Krona say, oh, he's a kingpin. No, Sana, he's just a or your signpost big keke or your signboard big keke. The actual people behind no over you know or some big people now they to the day you operate and over say wait my example big keke over say they are bishop way. Because I've said that even pastors even come to plead for illegal minors and all of that. We will say Bishop we were interest. Say Bishop now our friend in NDC. That friend also has somebody in NPP. That person also has Abia knows an imam, a celebrity, a top journalist. Be here. And see, by the time you go around, they are going around. It becomes difficult, but not impossible. I'm stressing say difficult but not impossible because the only thing now you need to deal with the politicians, they say you need the political will. You can't political will. I was say you need that akuma to say that look, me and family whether it is NDC or NPP, I can crack the whip, I can do what is right. Now that political will no. And the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, has it. The Sector Minister, Honorable Amakofi also has it. And see, because we have the abundance of political will, it may be difficult now, but it is not impossible. I can't say we have the political will. People ask, now our political will and you still not been able to catch the kingpins. I mean, make us say it is a system, and so you have to go through it gradually. I mean, was it not just recently, your party NDC for big respected personalities in the party maker, the party's third national vice chairman, and then the party's national organizer. People even within the NDC, when allegations came up, say they have stakes in illegal mining. Say Aban gave the order for Yoko to probe them. The probe is ongoing. It is Aban needs our political will now. Would it have been going after its own people? Oh, yes, sir. It is that political will is there, and once you have that political will there, you'll be able to deal with the kingpins and no. But at a time, made the story way or made the scenario way, made the stress the issue of the political will. No, oko epwa. If you go to the beach side, won't see like the big fishes, no, like Abia whales, shark. No, you won't see them at the coastal end of the sea. Once you say you swim, you go deep before you go and get them. That is how the kingpins are. They are not maybe at the Galamsey site or Okono. No. They are deep in the belly of the ocean. If to make kind of into them, no, you need a lot of energy, a lot of time, resources, any intelligence. But we have the mechanism, and see, very soon we'll do what is needful. We'll name and shame, and all of this will be over.
Now, but what can you say? Among the influencers, no journalists can honor Yemisi Kakrasa, Yabribo de Urina, Ebinsu Womi.
Journalists are part. You see, that is why we have been saying, say, earlier this morning, I was speaking on Name Mekasawa, FM. I was saying, say, look, the Galamsey fight, no. We have gotten to a place I was saying treating as a national crisis. One time now covered by and all of us were dealing with it as a national issue and not a political issue. The reason we have to deal with it as a national crisis is say, and yet just the politicians. They are big, huge journalists, influential journalists who have interest. They sometimes they even write petitions for illegal miners. Your money they something they be brave, but we can't just spill all beyond them as living journalists. So in fact, there are even some activists on TV. Okay, in TV to say, I'm saying don't say in one way or the other they to have friends or they are connected to people or they have an interest or something. Sometimes even I'm saying men of God, huge men of God, and even religious leaders are you think say, oh, somebody has said they are the moral conscience. They are the moral conscience of society. And see, they shouldn't even. But you realize that if there is a group who have been arrested, the call that will come for that group to be arrested, we will say head pastor be, and bishop be, and say apostle be, somebody who is very prominent. You see, so it is not just the politicians. You cannot try say, oh, NDC for NPP for. It's not just the NDC NPP people. Sometimes even chiefs. Yes, there are chiefs also who are. You see, because of the complication, all of us must come around and say, look, government is not saying mining is bad. in the Ghana is blessed with gold, so we have to extract and benefit. But acquire it must be sustainable. Intina Abandi is your friend responsible cooperative mining and skills development program. Say now we can form cooperatives, your balance and not omonya no acquire passo. That's what government is calling for. Because ask for the illegal mining. If we don't do it that way, abide way the bar, abide way the call this government to go this, at the end of the day, it will still be the same. So we are doing it there in that national consensus. But indeed there are journalists who are involved. Journalists who have concessions, or journalists who know people who have concessions, or journalists who are writing and doing PR for people who have we can't mention names. You can't say it, that it is Osimas. But I'm just telling you that everybody is involved. And if everybody is involved, then everybody is needed to deal with it as well.
The percentage of success Namos leader Ebo Yamanienra, which is 87.7% here. Does it reflect said the ye who no regarding ensure asaya enete yansasia asaya ye reclaiming any our forest, especially the reserve ones 87.7% no? Is it just not on paper but reflective vividly on grounds?
In the 80 plus percentage now, we announced yesterday, context big cracker home. And yes, you can't say the success rate. Basically, your core Galamsey sites now, your focus be say we have to arrest illegal miners, seize equipment, confiscate excavators, this as your man. And so when we go to an illegal mining site, and then we are able to do this, at least these three things are. And then the calculation on success rate. The success rate isn't just just the productivity when we go to a Galamsey site. And see, that is the success rate. But about the general work now, I can rate say based on what we have done so far now. We are more than 70%, because the reason I make us say we are more than 70% to say how Galamsey sites now the excavators it has really come down, and some fans know and they are using it more. But even that one, call maybe to say western, north regions and central regions, that one is also coming down. Again, Galamsey knows almost say they are not much for no back, and it's just 2 hours away. Go away. The fact that they are running this it shows they are even afraid of the most personnel in the very first place. And see, if you look at the fear in them, and see, it's really because of the fear in them. And some of them they've even started fighting but I can a clear one and say a ban shooting now or more as soldiers for they have been trained in warfare and warfare and shooting. You see, all legal miner know, but you should just surround that, because if you decide to fire back or attack them, they are going to defend themselves. And see, if you look at all of these things, the fear in the illegal miners and how the excavators have reduced, and you can't say we are not saying that we have 100% result, but considerably, we have made a lot of progress, and with the commitment of governments, the push and the back of the backing of the president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Sector Minister Honorable Kofi Boado, you did say by the end of the year, or even when we are doing the next quarter briefing, that is June ending, we would have better results, really, very good results.
I said,
that's welcome.
The Ananakasa ye a public affairs director at the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, Parkway C. Shandoff. 36 after 9. Live on OK 101.7 FM, Ade Akye Abia, Ede Ebepose, Etwe Ywaji Abo Afon Kratu ya Batew. Ye ba still. Na ime ifia kire wa ha. Na ohene wa kese boan ne so wa ha. Ye beto aso.
Yamenu Ejaba boni di adwa ma wubi. Eti yamenu afa hin na mahie fufuo ti ase dada minya wofoi. Papa so be fie ni enye fufu ya asam aba na so oben wadi fufu adi mpreni ne mpresa da kro beye de ne ehwe fufu a akwade wo nwane
adua mo adwuma se me ne fi adwuma de dimini fufu kakra ba o medie no ene wato me twama da pasa aso wo kan matiri nyira
what yate na make am meboa
ebo de odi komum the sense ya de obra to otwa fufu a wo wodwo pam na wo ma siu na wo timu aba na wo sadade na wo timfra akwade ne nyina to otwa make say ya needful sadaroma wo bia mani ye pa ya wa ya mbode fufu ne make ne fufu a wa ne powder wo de gu da kama ya frɛ no needful fufu a
enya no bi na masori ba ntilizi kama me di ye yo
sese bia
ma me hwe oh bia needful fufu a eye kama say bode fufu ne make fufu papa bi na wo ka say twan eposim na ede na me so kan so ancho simanu mpe no wawie no ahie wo kwa papa bi aguso
be twese de ama mani kura agisa needful fufu a ho ama me ko tobi kura ba ne say se de Ghana for sipom fufu no eno an wo ye nu enti se wo hwa fufu e won pam wodom ne we nu a wo ho susuna bia wom wo nso de bode ne make ne fufu papa bi
ejanie eni afi na fufu na afi na wo bedi pa ne se de wo bedi ne sanya wo fa mojaduro ano pawia ne anadwo a wo koda
need fufu a e wo wo fi a eni gye nko a
FGA Ade Akye Abia atum.
Hey, this one be Kudi and more. Got plans, got dreams, let your money work and take you places. Pan-African Savings and Loans are here again to give you an exciting promo. From March, deposit and save in multiples of 300 Ghana cedis for 3 months and stand a chance to win big in the Kudi and more promo. Example, 300 cedis beyond, when you're talking back, 600 tokens beyond, 3,000 and yet 10 full chances. The more we deposit, now when you're tokens be brave. Deposit today and tomorrow, you feed dead Singapore. Yes, the grand prize is an all-expense paid trip to Singapore, sponsored by Just Travels, your trusted travel partner. Nenya nunko, bosomi biano, achede bebre, it's a 75-inch TV, microwaves, fridges, any achede bebre, ewa homao. Na a high sense in this home appliances with amount. The more you deposit, the more chances you get to win. Open a current account to stand the chance of winning. So don't wait, save more, win more, enjoy more. Kudi and more. Deposit today, enjoy tomorrow. You can call us on 030-221-3977. Choose Pan-African, choose greater strength.
Kwame, me ya umwao. Me ba penyi no kane no ni made pa. Na so na se bua no obon. Me dwene ho amenti ase.
Na so we dey simple gra. Fanuko White Stone Dental and Eye Care. Na yen checking anima no.
Oh, jai samani abrewate. Me ba bona me ka asma chwas me Fanuko Eye Care Clinic.
Na wonnim se enkwada bi wono mo a. Wo de sua enko yie nyina no efi wani. Akwada bi wo a abra teacher ni kyira de no. Won hu ade ni yi. So wo tie anima na so wo tie akire. Eba ne sa. Fanubra White Stone Dental and Eye Care. Ni yen hwehwemu mfa na ni no. Oha bia entam se bewe ni asia no ama no.
Ayampa o. Na sekro ni yade no eba emonka ye. Wadwe o se bibia ye fine. Wo be ko na bibia ka echi na wani sei. Na sekro masate se wono momoja broso na esiche yade no. Aya na momoni yade pa.
Sapepepe. Onipa bia kra no afimu wankwa check up awani ho kra no. Enyem prenu. White Stone Dental and Eye Clinic say fa wonu wabusua nyina. Ebra ni enye hwehwemu emfa mani ene mo se ho. Oha bia no ye behwe ni asia no e de amamo. Ye wo abafu mfidie ultra modern diagnostic machines ahodo a ye de ye san hwehmu no. Ye dwuma efo nso de. Wani wote enti ba ye beje o fel so. White Stone Dental and Eye Care e wo East Legon. Ye be MTN office kese no. Free was 024-225-1983 and 024-045-2992. White Stone Dental and Eye Care. Weni eno kania.
Kuma eda yesiwa nyina ne se obeye military commander.
Attention! Eyes right. Stand at ease.
Ogusuri eda yesiwa adwumanti. Ni sika na okomande wa EcoBank mobile app so.
Operation Supply Aketria. Dispatch Sika 1,000 units via Accra Benin in 10-10-10.
Etoda, ope extra control na wetimi ato enyama ohia pe.
Mobile app command center. Activate virtual card protocols. Nitria sneakers ni t-shirt. Leather coats no dear. Abort mission.
Trese, General Adakrano. Na ni standing orders with any bill so. Wa EcoBank mobile app so no. Ubetumi akomande usika. Die didwe wa Ghana ni abibrem aman eduesa mensa so. Download the EcoBank mobile app or play an Apple Store. Neyara.
By the left, about turn.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. EcoBank, enfreo ana enseno SMS, emisa wo pin, OTP, bank card, ana Ghana card wa samoda.
Efiura, me mwachi o Efiura.
Yes on.
Machi o Efiura. If you run, make your own, so.
Hey, Eura, and Fossa Mamsu, what? I buy for such yammy. Mujam no.
Once what prepare.
Hey, oh, what fee? With dear men person if you rub becon. If you ride with your quasarabo.
Everybody. Momo quasori.
Your papaya.
Everybody castle. What? It was a so bad shower crab kumpo, Winya. Onipa da sene timi koto this way chocolate drink. No na yire ne ma edin so ahia twabianom anopa. No wi a wasade bia hye fridge mu. Wo mako school pon a wasan ba be yianom. Enu mpore se ne nka ne twaso mu pa ende ye rekore. Na fie wura bete ha. Anopa dio, awia dio, enumre dia mo no makodeo. Mo mame. Na mu wi a ma sora akotra so ndem se ye kosum ya.
Me say na dia ya late so me yanke kabinche fiera ya wi ya kwasere bo fate. Ke efiera, wuti fia say light bill no water bill ba wuntua bi. Wo bo say sika na fa koto this way chocolate drink. Na ba nom.
Hwe me catch you play nya play fa. Say this way chocolate drink no. Metumi ato bi pa na so na me so mo ahwe wate. E de me hia ne nsuosie. Na nsuosie so me ntoi. Say me bufu a metumi ato bag mu a wate.
Yeah, fiera we nkwa de ma abunfu.
E koto me hwe.
Efiera fi de ya bro ma abunfu bi.
Munyam sumponie. Munyam sumponie. Na mo ba ye trimodefo.
FDA Ade Akye Abia atum.
All right, I'm so for non cramba pounds medianami and 43 minutes into 9. Ya just watching Kunyaso Ade Akye Abia live on OK 101.7 FM. In the studios still. Ohenewa Buahin Kese. And Ohenewa Kese Buahin. And then Ohima if ya chrenzo so ewa ha. I will be a yen kakra. Yambe ya dum ema next week ya beti kudu nkede net totum sa.
Ye say January pa na enim se nka 3 months ya ka bo mai ba ko anje na ewie February bae na March nko ade ade ana bibia to me
na mkwanso
we dey asa che bosum ne ya na eba monka mum but enye we kura munye bibi na se bibi
oje ya ma father be fa ko e na ka dia uke
who can in terms of what? Because we have some entities.
Yeah, we here bosum so awunya ho here.
Who can? Oh, okay. Me so nya ho mpo na ma dwen ho. But eba ne say kosi wo so a
no problem.
Yeah, mintia. Yeah, mintia. But nya ho mpo na that is yem fan to record no so. Say nya ho na ma dwen ho. But eba ne say bibi sa mpo na who can.
Say uzuru.
I'm proud of say an American and apologize.
Apology. So yeah, akwa bi say where say one apologize now man here. Me as of
sa prof na ka hare of o kan na wa hwe ni ya. Me apology bia.
Especially so obuofu a anani pa na yadam na sewa.
Me hwe ho. Me apologize bia. I may try to make capture near the funny.
So what is that?
Me apology. Me what I would not say
101.7.
Also, okay, now my kai ba kwa no ye.
What's that guy?
Odo hanky no. Handkerchief went to me and kanda. And no sorry studio. Or the handkerchief. What the sound was here. That nyum to now will be a studio no.
Now, a former South African president.
Okay.
The table in make you your buy you cry. Me referring to the corrupt charges born in Jacob Zuma. Oh, John in the beginning. In the beginning.
Before the have you.
Na
channel when I am no de jiji because
Daily Post na dawe nimu yo na reparation as one year and na ezi be brofo ayeken
yeah
medium de ye nananom ni na ya but so ya there against Oba especially bibi odi bedu Oba ho fel as wo de
yeah baby no uba ye fiefiem kra ne kan ye den uba ye fiefiem pa eni ya mamre mu kra ne ye kasam a wo se mema de ne ye kan ye bone tra ne ye twem ko but emma de no
o kan brofo kra fere ewum
Yeah, ose.
What kind of brofo cry ferry womb?
Yeah.
Meboa.
So when him cry friend Virginia, like and then they bang. That's one with the same department.
Department of Biology.
Ama misre. Asem no cry mean.
Now we shapa.
Yeah, ni kayedi.
Are you one now shapa say? Okay. South Africa dear. Erasera Bartman.
No,
share.
Now,
Erasera Bartman. Who then say who here? Oh dear. Google now bo. Sarah ya Abraham Jerry Sarah ya na
SARAH.
Na Bartman only there near BAARTMAN. Na she Eurano said they are not here.
What way in Shirabao?
Ha! Also what? Minimum Goliath as one be. Na shepa na we de omde ne koye ye wo Europe.
Nkofo nche dan unhu ajapade egu na chia.
Ohene we bia na obi nim asema ye ken.
Ai! Oh wayoba.
Chirem.
Wayoba sima. Waba tintin gram brane pa. Na nechi eto egu ho no. Moisha de kresha.
Oh, now Moisha to.
Oh, Moisha shall crack. As a dear Yakame, if ya tre a Abigail dear, as if you have money in a dear bomwa.
And Abinache.
And Abnache, dear, no so come one, and then a tobacco. I don't know what to say. Bebre say, now you're Johnny naked.
I'm rough no medins and who. Or medins and who papa.
Now would the or baby at say a gina bedjum. Emma ne so one was soon in who. Now I don't know more to us or dada.
Now one almost man
no more be down.
No more man tonium. Now I'll go to. Now oh sorry.
Sabio naked.
Oh.
I was on patayo. Still yao. Abian po yao. A shame. It's a crime to humanity.
Oh, can you say she was exhibited as a freak show? A freak show attraction in the 19th century. Woman yadio.
Oh man yad. Bedremo. Pete muna modi oba besi a ma run ho from ni ti kosi ne nase. Na muni na gina ho no won to nwom na mudi ne ho fe won ti na ye. The shame.
Almost said the huge backside and then the hips, no. Now we are said that.
Now who be that? Number experimenter. Sa kwan we so na sabio ebusuam animu a ye de nipa ekogina nipa atete enti se.
No west northwestern Europe for na years how do you know?
Enye. Na mumpata ya mo se dai.
Odan say so mu nya bibia mfa nyina so mfa patan ya say rabatman ko ade
exactly
wo mu nyina so
e ka ya didi nyina mu gumma ya mu mfa bebre nchicha yen
na omu hwehwe so mu de ne ye scientific research na ana omu so mu ko hu say dia na waye no se bi se dan ne to esitie no ebi ni wiase o
nanti ebi ni wiase a we ni kwan ya ni nipa ne fa so that is my concern no
am say na yare bia ana say nyema bia wo nipa mu efre no sti
boko
atopic
cash also come me
sti atopic
enti omo to dos na yare
o de ayiri wa gba na ye na ye na dekro.
Okay.
But don't say enye but no ne dey say dey na esi ye huge no.
Na eso.
Utumi tina so kra ma ne ye o.
Oh yeah, o say asanso ehuhuri kwosoro. Ehuhuri.
E no.
Yeah. Enye ne ate ato ne bia.
Am say STE.
Okay, FM. 101.7.
PY.
GIC. Oh, okay.
Atopic.
Oh, okay.
And to the hwehwe na me nkomra se na yemisa se eden obi di ne to. Na mabahu na mu hwe bia ma hwe. Mo de ne kwa, ma san so se we na no. ma me nkɔ Mike Akofi Omra
okay
and the music fire service for Juma Banam say kai we do am be simple akra na wakoto ayani mu no once o mu yi no and the fire service nso no buy o wo mo horo no
na say yo mo adwuma
na eja na ato baby a
na so also we so emergency say ya
o na me nka boni na njima no nsi yi o na me say de o mu si ban akra no o mo horo no na was na madwene say ejanso so ba no mutumi ben san ka eja no bedum fa
eja ne ba yeso senia ya demarcations wo kroma na ebi to am bre
Roma ya di o especially o mutumi wura mu kra no nti oyine wa fire service ya do ase
emfidie na sese wose ye kano mo pebi mo emfidie no ukọ wiase amansan a ebre wose de ye adwuma kra no ebi wa 10 years ye de abro 15 years yegusu yusu we nyina ye nka ho asem nkire aban ko mo mu ntimi nkasa
F01 oyine wa oh yeah F01 officer 1 I was avoid ya kwa mo so na ya ni Michael Akrofi ya man bo for yan krato for to nkrama yan free Eastern region ya no bo for Michael enkasa na ya wura wosam na nyame bo for simbo for pa afefie ama anane se de na yan pese be dane no obo for mache
Daniel Sofo
o wapomu de boko de
Sofo adom ne ehumobronti ne ho ye papa
ya do ba de ase nia yeti nie se akwada bi ye de yenim nimfi a wodi de bi a wo de wahu wakoto sebi amanseje na bia mu ma nyame adom nti wanwu yenya no eba ne sen
Sofo me da se enkoko na saa asefem semwe esiye na omanfo a ho nyina mo duro mo yie pa se obata wawo ma ne ba edi infisia emiensa no waso akwala ne pefi na akwala ne di agro na nani nko ne so na yenti a me ba yire obi ba yire omo hwehwe no omo hunu no mse a no akwala ne odi agro fa eye sebi ejana ya esi ahano ehu ema no mu tete no mu dwane no dimrika no ofa ha enti obi bo omode ano so akotwe ne kon akohwe eya atonko ni mu okoye akwala ne emmemu ewo ma ne ti etafri yesu gogome aye ne ho mase ma sebi womro na mpanifo ekoho enam so mu nim bi ombetumi afa so esimunti entempa omkofa bia ede betoki ne ti eloki ne kon eno mo fire service bo say ni afie ni momra ma sebi man wo eye mpotem ho kra fire service ni post bo do momra ni abeni fire service for so the only mom de da people and say ombe pie eye bia abofra no ato ya ni mu ampa almost skills say si mu no magasa etiti si man de sebio ya ni mu omo aman se gogomi wom den o akola no ne hiam no mo target akola no chen no mo tumi koso ni mu na o mo chi akola no epie o mo pie no na ne ho aye ma and o mo be fire tender ne to and so bubu ho ne ho akola fe na ha and anka sebio yani anka emene ni empa no mo huro no ho wie person ga ti bi share ne de socks share ne nine and antepom ne ko pie holy family aya sabia e wo eye enkokro a doctor for name before e jabofra ne to ho man no pay ye di hu kita ho ahye sa abofra no ne tibia mu te sen sabio nipa bi on mo no kra e bu ade nansi ya ne mu krampo no e hutumi bo no mu na omo hye sa abofra wanya afisha miensa wakosa ahumehia mu no ne ho ya na a doctor for ne anese for so nyame adom ne ho ye wakasa nkuso e so mo de man nyina wadi a omo man mienu wadi ni nyina so mo de bi kra ka ho man ahwe obedi nti nyame adom ne ho ye pam afi ne ho anwro ena sa no osi mu no no mo hwe se bia odidi bia na se gogome ni ko ni mu ni ade a omo hwe no se bibi fa anko ni mu na emu mayem hihye eni hunti no yeso omo tumi de network aka no omo monitor no omo aye ni nyina pepepe makola no enho ye na ni nyina akọwie sa batan ye no ebu o no ma na se scan ni fie ahohia ne ahokyerenti ene ba ye bibi kura o ma na ni nkoso
ebi pe bi wo kromu ne mia be bro mo kompa bo ne ade no na ebi nso anya bi a kyerɛ sɛ ɔma to mo pa afi enti ya ni nyina akɔ wiesa abatan no abatan hwɛ ɔmoma ne yie papa so na ɛbɛyɛ a woda abɔfra hɔ na wonim sɛ abɔfra ɔntumi nkyerɛ sɛ meyɛkɔ ha anaasɛ sei na atumi ntumi nkeka mu a ɛsɛ ɔma w'ani kono hɔ ntumi no kasa yi deɛ ɔbaatan yɛ ne ba no polisifoɔ ɛne ne di nkita kwan ɛfa so tumi gyaa ne ba maa ne ba ne kɔ wie nso kɔtɔ yɛ ane mu maa nye fire service so adaworo maa ɛne nyankopɔn ɔyɛ bɔfo pa ɛfɛ fie maa ɔmutumi duru hɔ ntɛm ɛtumi kɔ yi abɔfra yi a anka hit ne gɔgɔme ɛne yɛ ani anka ɛkɔ abɔfra yi ato akyene yayayɛyɛyɛ nanso nyame nti abɔfra no te nkɔm a saa bere ɔda ɛyɛ ayasampɛm ɛwɔ holy family ayasabe a ɔmomɔ ne ta no enti na sɔfo nea ɛsi wɔ ɛyɛ nkɔkɔ a nyame adom akwala no ɔmatumi ayi no no ɛno no ne nyinaa kɔwie sɛ abatanyɔ no ɔmanfoɔ ɛma ɔmani ɛnkɔ mo mma ho
nyame ɛna yɛda no ase papa na wei no ɛna ɛbaeɛ na ne bi ka sɛ gyama de ɔkɔtɔɔ mu na mu nhyɛ dan wɔ anaa
ɛmu wa na sɛ obiara ho agyiri ne sɛ akwara no tɔɔ mu no wantumi ammem ntɛm saa wo sɛ ɛfirihyiaeɛ deɛ ɛnyɛ amansan deɛ a obi bɛtua sika bɛtɔ na mmom ɛyɛ efiefie deɛ mfikyɛ deɛ a ɛyɛ ɔmo tutu a ɔmo sɛbio ɛkɔ so na adeɛ no ankasa hwɛ no ɛgu so yɛ maba ɛyɛ maba nti abɔfra no kɔtɔ mu saa no nyame adom sɛ ne mu ne ɛnyɛ duro sɛ dɛn o ɔno ankasa no ɛm sɛ hyɛbrɛ sɛ ɔbɛtɛ ani nkonkɔn so na nkɔfo ɛkɔpie hɔ no tumi de adeɛ lɔkee no ma wamme mu ntɛm sɛ nyɛ saa deɛ yeyeyeye kwame anka ɔmo hu n'akyi koraa anka ɔbɛkɔ no agɔgɔme ayɛ so mma sɛ ɔmo hu sɛ sɛbi akwaraa no ɛdi agorɔ no ɔbɛte tɔɔ mu ɛna agɔgɔme akata no so anka ɔbɛyɛ sɛ obi awia ɔmo ba anaasɛ akwaraa no ayerɛ anaasɛ motia sɛbi na afa akwaraa no na mmom ɛyɛ firihyiaeɛ deɛ a ɔmo kɔm ɛmu wa na asɛ egu so ɛsi anaasɛ yɛsi ba ɛna abɔfra no kɔtɔɔ mu a ɔmo tumi hu ne ntɛm a fire service foɔ abɛbɔ nti nkɔfoɔ bɔ fire service foɔ aba so bɔbɔ wei deɛ ɔmo atumi abɔ mmɔden ɛma nyame nkyɛ deɛ ɔmo aboa ma abɔfra no wanya nkwa
makia yɛbɛda ase anɔpɛ yi
kwame me nso meda ase papaapa
Michael Akrofi ɛyɛ yama no bɔfoɔ ɛpɛ yɛ man ntɛmu na obutuo ɛhɔ na ɔto nkra ɛde ma yɛn nyame ɛne yɛda naseɛ ɔhene wa
ɔsɔ yɛda nyame ase o
yɛda nyame ase papa nka wadi anka de fan
ko wie yie de ama yɛn abata ne yɛyɛ bio yɛyɛ bi bateto de bi a nkrɔfoɔ nte aseɛ ɛnyɛ sɛ bi a wawo nti wontimi ntwa ho ɛwɔ sɛ wotwitwa ho woyɛ aduane woyɛ wei ba ne nyinaa mu no na yɛahwɛ nkwadaa no yɛma wontimi kyɛ sɛ ɔso akwadaa no bi wɔ hɔ wo ka sɛ tena ha wo kata wani ate no wafiri hɔ
baabi aka
ɔmo ahomte nyame bɛboa yɛ enti fayafoɔ ayɛ adeɛ nyame nhyira ɔmo paa ɛne ɔsompa a ɔmo de som ɔman no ti ɔsɔ wawie
sɛ na mema obrɔfo bi brɔfo bi a na mese hwehwɛ ma yɛhu na brɔfo korɔ
mpato amehwehwɛ yɛ
asekyerɛ na ɔmo sɛ asekyerɛ sɛ
okay means having a large amount of fat stored on the buttocks and thighs, making them appear bigger or more prominent. It is often used in a biological or anthropological context to describe body shape. Oh, okay. And a pronunciation is now
Steatopigic.
Now watch that na nyiniana.
Na me gidi. Seja.
Also I doubt.
Na nipa me am spell di ama wo no.
Now then you because says na says oh na say na wunyini. Besa.
On say one word. Obia ne say di osibon no.
Osibon yeah.
Nation bia ne say di osibon. On say bia ne say
pronunciation American yeah.
On say your name was ye bi say Naimos.
Yeah.
So,
we are there so as you take stand ne
enti anazo betumi aka no steatopigic
Steatopegic. Oh, okay.
Steatopegic.
Okay.
Ebi nso kan steatopegic.
Steato. Okay.
Open so you phonetics ni ya.
Phonetics na. Okay.
Phonetically correct no.
Steatopegic.
Steatopegic.
Okay. Nti eye fat. Fat a store wo bat ni mu anase sre. Unse ma ni bi so wo sre. E na bi so e chire nti. Anti research no mo ye no.
But mama mi say eyi Sarah Batman di wo hu bi da.
Ye wo bi o. Ghana nkasa nyame ehira yo.
Ono ne size no.
Ye wo bi.
Ohina wa aka no kure.
Ye wo bi o. Ye wo bi wo de anya kra akọ Rollins Park.
Ye be shia stupid the just guys one ni.
Abotre. Ye dia minyo. Steatopegic. Ye be shia bi okọ Rollins Park and I say okọ baby to say tudu. Obeshia.
I see.
Okọ Nima, obeshia, okọ Madina, obeshia.
Ye be shia bi o.
Ye wo areas obeshia. Steatopegic for no. Yeah. They are really blessed.
Hey.
Yeah, they are blessed.
Na me say too much fat. Wo mo na me wiase wa enane.
Da bi. We na ni o. Nso we ye natural nyame na. E show mo say body ni betimi akare. E na ode mo enu nti na mo koye BBL. Brazilian butt lifter no. Obo say oye wi ana ne nan aye na nkorhwe a.
As a hockey sticks. Manga say you.
So ye besi da ka say osofo a wo say nkom say nya ka wa anya de. But wa yo nkra tem na ye ma so a.
But quick one on Sarah Batman here ye ken. What suffer from
humiliation.
Dia ye ken you know. Unze wanyini. Born in 1789.
Okay.
Eno owu ye 1815.
No.
At the age of 26.
No, dear ho.
Into owu of France. I include Paris mu. But I South African. Na
almost Japade ni bi pa.
South Africa.
Yeah, pa.
Hey, you know what South Africa? Titru say okona baby to say Albert na run hard to say ya. Jai.
Now so okwa no koye adwuma na so do koye.
Na Isaac nso nyame ncha de wakojo bag da wako South Africa.
Send your musitie yeah. Ba omo ankasa omo ye blessed.
Na woko omo rural areas bi to say Mpumalanga say ya.
Okay.
One obehu typical South Africans no. Na abrawo sam ne say wura ya can asem Sarah Batman. Her occupation. Statistics are woman by occupation. Servant. And exhibited performer. Into bracket freak show displays in Europe.
Now also we had the owu of France 1815 no. Ne body parts ni bi wo hono ma ye kura wo museum.
That means ono ne de no eye unusual o.
Okay.
Enti wo ka se ye benye bi be hye bi no na ye menwanwa no.
Ye be. Ghana ha ye wo bi yeah.
Me no want to.
And 2002 and ye de ne body parts ni ne aka ni nyina call back to South Africa. And you could see recently yeah.
Oma kwesi.
No mo koye hu adwuma na
so blacks. E wa brochire no. Wo ma preserve wow. E ba ya yakosie. We yesie.
Say at least proper barrier was say ti me koso na ye believe no.
Ayo.
Kwesi broni so wone de. Enti ye mfa wo mo de no nti na osofo wa ha yi a wo de no say LGBTQI+ no omfo aso. Kwesi broni de wono de wo so we den wo fo aso.
Enya no na president isi gina ye wo nti o mo say o mo na o mo fama wo say.
Mo fa na ye de den.
Na man pedi last ko North Korea to South Korea ya wan koji bi ama. Na de ase awo no di bu man.
Man fa ma na de na besie.
Officer was na man pedi di bu man.
Yes o de ye den. Wo mani abro mo na ye mo fa ma na mo ve. Mo fa ma na mo ve. Ye nyi ntum Ghana ye nyi sa de ni ntum ni ye nyi ntum. What be da? No be say me transgender. me your bar but my think and which say me a bema now wa kona na kosu ekuma ne to ni baby ani etwitwa ne ya ne se bema eno ne ya mesoso so abra mo te wono ka che say polygamy bone enti Ghana mema na obi anware 1:1 and there's also for ntimi nka
producer say o hwe won sam kikan mu ate edro no fa enti ma mema won pepe no man say me ma free range sa ne dia betene no ana je nya sa no kan
ntimi nka sa alright baby and his first down ntimi nka ntimi nya biza ntimi da
o si we kura je say o no yampa
ntimi nya biza adai yam farmer ne mo farmer na mo fai mo pese on pese mo impose nneoma bi wo Africa for so but Ghana de ye ntum nti I think say ye parliamentarians wo mo nya ntem enya ho adwuma mo akire nkoma mampani na senia na bra wo mo ti opposition ka kire Ghana for say won ba ya won be ye ho adwuma na wode won sa hyase wo mo nya ntem na wiase nyina hunu say Ghana ye symbol nie eba ne lesbian gayism bisexual transgender any queer ye ntum
ye chi wade
adan aye we so ye ka ne sen mampeni dada it is bound to happen ye hunu ye course wo krom ha me nkwana
me pa chan
Ebusuya Daily Post de Bokrata no ane ye de hyase ye de amamo na UN vote ne de osofo edi kan de ho nkomo pi na entinya de amesa nso akomo de amamo na emom krata fa toso enum na mehwiri amaba begine dom kuma ba no deni wo my Ghana mra shebedwefie wasanso ye mra shebedwani ya wogina hwade ma de hia wo afutu abato ampasua so no ewo mfimfim mantem yewura Alexander Kwame na panyo marken wo kase wasese bi eni chimuka bi da honom ma MPP amanyokuo no amanfo nsem a MPP wotade to dwan so na se MPP fo de eya akanfo party o akanfo party no se da bi sa trimu kansem no yehwe si ebetimi ejaika sa me free ha suban we free ha na we free ha na esum we nti nipa we wontimi nnom party no wosingi na party fo ne hwe ese wo mbetimi eyi na kwam wade sansem we gina to dwabra na anu kwada match bosome ne de toso aduonunum wa fimu test confo sra no na afi wo mo gi ni nim de pa wo MPP amanyoko no hie hunu a ebetimi aboa mo na afi wo dwumedi a wodi no etimi apem akonanim na no wose MPP amanyoko na etimi wasa no nya akanfo party bia wono ankasa Alexander apanyo marken wo ye obi a ofifra mantem na ne papa so kura no bra no wo university na wodom tescon ne maame efie futu wo mfimfim mantem nanso wasan de kan won say wo mkoto aba na anu ya MPP amanyoko vote nkonwa wo munyaye wo mfimfim mantem na eye 9 pe but asempo ehia na wo kan say yenhwem pempenso a wodro wo MPP amanyoko no mu say wo ye MP na sisi a ye kasem wodu ani chem wo my Ghana mra shebedwefie mecha parliament say ya wono na dom kuman wodano wasese wonya kan ni so wo ya igbedi wofifra mantem nanso yenhwe ne dibra wokura sisi a ewo party mu enti sansem na da manfo tim na MPP ya kanfo party no wose wobesre yenyi na kwa na wo manfo entimi enko manimu a wode sansem we wode atudwa
metwaso Daily Graphic de Obokrata no emo na Ghana Immigration Service na eka say Ghana Immigration Service HSS wo matumi agye sika bebro 546 million Ghana cedis afra say na sa sika 546 million Ghana cedis eni echire na wo mojiji na frase no abua papa ama Ghana Immigration Service wagina wona so na wo chema o se ensakra bi ekoso e wo visa na permita na wo mo edi ma ana wo makwan e ma omanfo eye ho adwuma no emo na eno na enam so e ma sika bebo 546 million Ghana cedis no wonsa etumi e kan afrase na wo hwe ensem bi a Ghana Immigration Service dia to dwa wo chema wo se sa adwumadi a wodi ye ne eni sakraya e koso e wo ndwumadi emo no enam so ma afrase permits and visa 186,959 and woman de mai ejina ho ohanche mu aduasa emienum ene achipo enum e wo afrase ediemu na chese ma komanim papa e wo mudwumadi a esi wani so emo no se we oma nchante ananye se krofa show ene fi wiem ene baye ensakrai bi akoso e wo abefo kwan so emfidie mapa wo me de gu akwan so enhyehyeye wo me de bi egu akwan so wo mo hweye so wo system no wo metumi upgrade asesa ne menyina yie na tumi aboa eno na ekowi ase ma pepepe ye ne fan ye ekoso ewo mu dwumadie mu a afra senko a sika bebro 546 million wonsa etumi aka aboa wo dwumadie we graphic the obokrata no echi ase
Daily Post the Bokrata M1 yeda so ejina na ensemu ani yegusu a ye kan wa sei efa na Ghana man His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wotu kwan wa America man no emu na hyiapo a ye kan ho asemu a wo mo ye nhyehyɛ sem mampani nanka wo mo bo na baso no eye Lincoln University ya echi yet wa ye nka bi nhyemu a wode nkrata pie mu ntene so wase ekurase wakaso wonweye wo mo na ye nhyehyɛ si gina ye kyerɛ sem mampani ye retimi abo na baso nanso da bi na namontuo bi suban bi oda ne dinti yentimi kura na eba ne sa na asori amampani wokɔ where Ghana did this year sanso court Assemblies of God Ghana and no other what two obo asetina se efa captation grand pen ibi esi official sheet so atro brofo tenten wie wadi abeto montene so na asafu nsema wadi to dwane se Ghana man His Excellency John Dramani Mahama emfa ho ni gina yesi a Lincoln University esim womo se womo ta nechi womo fam nechi se wo fam pa enya de dafom na womanfo beka na womo ahye nso a march ebosome no ne de toso eduonu ensia na empanifo de sankrata ne pie montene so a wa kirem so osisi a ye kasa die suapo ne se womo nya ne ntie se wodi wani kirem wo oman Ghana mu se ya okọ parliament ya be nso ya won krata bi da honom na ye twa ne tie nyina eye LGBTQI+ na chese bebre na keka ho bi be oni da parliament na se mampani wahwa se be oni na parliament de na chese ade bia se be sa nyoma sa ne ye na wo mo kan wasem no mampani human right nipa fa hodie na wo hwe ma na tienti wo mo agina so na we kura de hwan ya ye se eye nipakuo bi na tworo ye ekọ Lincoln University for se sa agina ye sie sa bill no da parliament ekoba ne sa dia na chese mampani hye dan si gina ye ewo LGBTQI+ no ene ho hyehyɛ ehom na General Secretary Edma Sorry Reverend Ernest Breckline wono de nkrata ne pie montene so enu adam march bosome no ne da toso eduonu enum no wa kire so womo de emfa ho ne gina yesi a university no womo asi womo ani je ho pa na womo nim se nka womo oye ne saa ema obi aka so o mampani ya yesenke ebebo na baso de ya yesenke ye ma wiase nyina ehunu so ampa wobo ne ho mode na so ye nya mfa ma no na womo nim se nka womo utu saa na mo no na nka egu nanim ase na so womo nim se nia womo ye mom no epagya mampani dim asene ne onyam kese na asoy no so kra na mampani wokọ Ghana ase no na epagya asoy no wose bebia wo mu gina ne de Lincoln University fuei samo bo na baso samo se mo enya mo emfa ye ho na wo mu kai tro de bi ne asem bi ekoso wo tro konkrom Bible mum abra wone ye apostles ne ka so ye di ehurusie se ye bre na ye gu ye nim ase wo nyame mu esanse esombom na esanso se fatan asoy ne se wo mu ani gya wo mu chese wo mu ntimi kura wo mu asem a wo mu nka enije mroso enije anu ade na ye omo de se nipa wo si se gina ye nipa part se Ghana mampani His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wokọ asori wo honti wode asori ni nsusuye ene asori ni gina ye sie na ye adwuma wose mampani wa ya de mo piafo wonko so enko nanim wo ye anu si nchen ya empanifo kukudam ne nintia wo mo kọ Assemblies of God Ghana sem we dia wo mo ka kire members no wose emfa ho ne bebia wugina emfa ho ne adwuma wo mum se wo aban die mu se wo ankura die mum eba no wugina yesi he ya se kire yesi aduasa mienu ya ye kem ese LGBTQI+ de ye twi ye mu tenten beten ye pa ye nyintum ye nsoso so wose sa gidie no kura mu den emfa memo obi akura mo deche mo obi anka nkyero se ni sikenti ena me ya aban adwuma ena se wanyi antumu a wo se nipa ne bayi wodi wose mfa ho se ne esuafo ne apostles ne ye no wose ye nya ne sam wa manensi hodoma ba ko asade to dwan sem wase wo kai pass e bra ye kwoto aba e wo 2024 Ghana man penis excellence John Dramani Mahama nensem odi to dwan gina ne se wono de se wo hwe bible mu wato ne bu ase akenkan fiti kosi ziso afi wo hwe man Ghana ya mamre ne ya mane a ade a ye fre ne LGBTQI+ de ye nyin tumu wo man Ghana mu da woni mu se ye wo ba ene ye wo bema afi wo ba so de ene bema na wo se hia bema ne bema hia eye bone wo ba ne wo ba so hia eye mfomso ya mamre nso so nti Assemblies of God for se wo mani gi age no mampani ayade won koso nya ne sa na emom ukọ asori ni bi anase wo ye kristoni na ukọ nkoto adwanim na wo bompa ya matiase man Ghana sanse asem ya ye ka gay any lesbian transgender for queer for ene wo musuba na wo moda ne di no ekura no me bi ahwe yo man Ghana ene beba yeso nti wo botons akese na wo bompa ya senya memfe ye bone nchayen na wo hawo na wo mu femu no ya wo man kasa eja bebre na sebe wo mu wi wo mu tugu mu no ya de abeso mo so nya asem kuma anhwe ya na ho hawo Ghana fo ne yensa kanti wasi ya mompaye ne yense rade hu ya mobo na won hwe man Ghana so wei eya asem a efi Assemblies of God nchen what they esum Ghana
metwaso ewo graphic de obokrata ne emo na katafeto so aduonu mienu enemy gina osofo hwe chesese ewo bambo ho nsem eso eye Dr. Castle Atoforsen na de ode etu dwane se Ghana ye bomodin a age achitai sonko e de afri abochiman eku a ene European Union Commission for enchen na wo matumi aboa yen na eja Russia Ukraine ekun ya etaso den na etuemu a yenim da etuo ebetwa no Ghana de hie bi o makodi senseme ewo hodom yetimi ahwe ayi wo munyina aboko e de o maba o momorempo eho enka acting minister for defense Dr. Castle Atoforsen na de ensem wo nyina etu dwa ye adesede ha wo che se emabunu bebre na wo a ye dada wo mo ye de mo kwa abrochire ya padwuma mamo akatua ni yo ye de mo kwa abrochire uko suku ye de mo kwa abrochire chese niema wo ho no allowances a wo benya no ni nyina se dada akra ene dada wo mo ede om kokopie ma bebre na akodi senseme ewo Russia ebim so akopiem ewo Ukraine na mambi enu so aka pisu yi ene ntokwa chenchenche na ekoso enti ama Ghana adehia na emabunu no wo mo ache mo pa enu nti na Ghana ene European Union Commission edi nkita ho ahwese ya nam bi ebetumi etu ede aboa ama wo mo a wo ho akoka adwam ewo saa ekono emu wo me Ghana fo no ebetumi ahwe ayi wo mu nyina ede wo abafie wo si wo be yi Ghana fo bi mpa wo mo ne duafie wo mo prisons ewo say Russia ana Ukraine no yatumi ahwe ama wo mu nyina aba na EU delegation ebi eba Ghana ha EU commission high commissioner na musini ene na bedi echi na wo mo eba ya wo mo ne aswe ya ehwe bamba ho nsem so ehia etwetwe enkomo enhyiamudie no emu no na ensematisi eba betodwa wo chese se wo hwe aman mienu mpanyimfo enhyiamudie no mu a Ghana yani edi bamba ho nsem echi papa enti de ye keka kwa ne se putupuru so emergency ekwan bay na Ghana fo a wo mo achi wo mo ewo Russia Ukraine ekonkase emu no ye betumi ama wo abafie enopa eya asemia edi akotene yie ewo mpanyimfo nhyiamudie no ase a enne graphic edi story aba katafento so aduonu emienu
na Daily Post mu ne yeda so gina yenkohwe illegal mining galamse ho nkoma yeguso ayedi na womanfo bisa senti ebe ya na sententam emfa mayen enura se womanfo anu wo muti e kase boti bi pass ania na ye bisa mpanifo se illegal mining ne kona ye hwan no yeguso ayedi nkunim anase ye tinchum we de wani e kasa pa e naimos mpanifo Kenel Dominic Bua en wo kase ne dia wode atodwuna dwanyina ne se Ghana ban esigina yese illegal mining ni ebetu asiampa so naimos for dwumedie ne eden wo mo brepa titu pa ne so kopie mum e wo kwa ebretom se wo ye adwuma na obedu na ahemfo wo manfo bi asore wo so na wo chase ye ma ho kwan e ma wo gina yesie ni ntimi memu da ye so ne memu de na wo pani bo amane a wo chase ha adwene na so ne nyine wo mo ka tim so ese ne etie bi obehwe aye ho adwuma wase na anu ada July mu 2025 ya wo shase se wo ye adwuma no se wo bu nkonta obesie wase anya kura eya ne sam wa ha mu nchichemu eduawatwe enson echirepon 87.7% de eno ni wadwumedi a wogusu a wodim na wode sansem we gina to dwa presenter ye no ewo nkramantem en watchers ampa ye hwe tete na wo mo ba ye no na enkoye kura eba ne yensuo ho nsem sabio ye kwa ebretuo num ena afeso wo manfo ankasa wo masetene mu na wo mabra bom nsem so kura de na titie gya nanso nine months dwumedi a wodi no won kantimi wo mo nya na manyosem wodu hɔ ma ne tie bia ne da bia no wo hwe ye ho adwuma sem wo manfo dodo na ebetimi enya odwumedi no so mfa so afem wase wone ye adwuma eniem military for ka ho ene do before complain wase aposi for ka ho immigration for ka ho ena wone abene se yato ye boase ne ye de aso to fam se kurase abotokura ne enya ne ntie kwesi bro ne se intelligence service for nyina ka ho bia waka ho abom se boa ba ko ade na wonante wo mantwe hodo bia yesu se galamse gather them and sell dwumedie no egusu a ekosom na wase wo shas operations ahodo ma ye no be se wo hane eduonu mienu 122 operations na wo mo ye somewhere July 2025 ekosi March mum 2026 na wo bu nkonta ya kire omanfo dia enipa ya to ye boase pa galamse dwumedie ene nsa so ya che wo mum eye 237 arrest a wo ma ye no ena one year ya ahoho wo mu nko aye 144 ahoho nko a o ahoho nko ewo mu China for Liberia for hwanhwanfo no wo mu nko am eye 144 na enu na Kennel say we die wo ka kire busuafo se nyese bia wo mo sori ya na ye kwa kwachi nipa no ye woni pe bia wo mo abene ye nhwehwemu hu ne se bia ma yemfi ani nchemu samra boy ye du samra boy se ya tokro we mu ye bedu na emebu no guso asebe wo mu tu gala no na gala no kura wo ka ho se so obi ho ma eye ahomache desuom ena mpepi wo mu tu no anopande so onim se eja wo kwa ye behwe timi aso ne pa chintim watwen ya wo manfo ada no na wo ma hya se ne chamfa na foi na esusu kafo ya ogusu a wo 20 eba ne sa 9 months for do ho mu a se wo ye hwan na ye nse timi aso pechi wase wo yi ni pe ya yache wo mu si nchen am emfidie wodo bi ampanifo nsa kaso doso excavators mechire efidie mumuntum bese 94 ena ampanifo nsa atoso wo yi anu si nchen shamfan no so 2647 ena wo mu enya etuo so de wo mu nya bi pa etuo no wam so mu du won ma say 9 months foi wani etu gala no so kra de omo abo mo ho enti ene we kan no we ya kan we tu ana we ya to 59 etu nko an no ena so aboba egwom eye 208 rounds of admission ena wom nsa ekan ye na watwa so abo amane ya wo kire se ebremu de wodi wani chembe biti se mikrom ensuo na eda honom ankobra na afeso ayensu se ya nyamia ya dom ema wom nsa so nti ene se ne ogusu a wo ye adwumaden se illegal mining galamsey ye bere timi etu ase ntisi anom eni etia ne santi wasrem wo manfo se ye ba honom a na wonim se wo ye ohempon kese a bua wo mo se ne be ya wo dwumedi a wo dinom ebetimi akonanim afe ba ko de ka ho ne se one year 9 months adwumafo se ene wo mo kosi a galafo no jejai tusho musu se ya wetu ane we yato enti eba ne sa akra wane ye adwumayfo no obi wo hono otimi pra enso be ne de se operation adwuma guso a wo ye nti ene nam so a we pra nti ye be fa ne sa na eja doctor fo ahwo mu a wo guso a wo ye wo mo ho adwuma yewura Kennel bo asem wo besre mpanifo se ne wedi kan dia todwa no 9 months for de ne tie bia no nya de obetonko wo se kwan bia so wanna wo be ye adwuma de ne ahwe hunu se Ghana man pani excellence John Dramani Mahama ne ni suade hunu kese se wo be timi aboa na eja galamse yetimi etu ase no ya ne saade ama omanfo wo ka ne se no wo ka se eba no blue water guard fo ya ye de wo mo fa ntitie mu se wo mu ni kokonsen wo mo so dwumedie no wogusu a wodi na wo se we nyina no so kra no ne nyina da hye asoya wo hwe nsase na afeso efo megudie ho nsam so wo mai mu ene wogusu a wo ye adwuma nti enche kra eda sabua wo se gather them and sell galamse wo be hwe timi aboa na yetu ase
Metro so our graphic de obokrata ni emunakata feto so aduonu emienu ena mababa ginem West Africa Examination Council wayekifo ena chese wo mu edi dwuma kase eba ensohwe ho ntroye ene enwa no boabo nyina ede ma yade suafoe na eno na Ghana ye mampanya be de eche excellency Professor Nana Jane Opokwagyeman wode eto wayekanim sampa omomumbo ene adwuma de wo mu eyebi eba nsore ne hyehye ne ho anamonto ne bibia edane kwemu nemu wo sese emma wonye sosha yede sonkoda na dwene ahwe keke womma womu enya bibi nyina so a ebema wo ho aye den na womma dwen de oni ho de ede ama ekoba ne sa ekoba so ne wonfefo ekosia kan ewo wiase amman nyina emu a enkoda ne beye hye omo beye nam wo ho beba mfaso na dachi ankwa ama wo mu nimdie no atumi akonkan a matese bebi obedu bia no na wo mo ehye wo se enom ene ade a ye hwe kwan edi afi wayekfo enche so mbeye edi ama Ghana adesuafo enyina na emampanya be de echi ma wo se wayekani so ade hunu ne se ensohwe ni ehyehyeye mu no emu beda ho fan pepepe ye bekoso nukredie be ye adwuma enso ewiemu apo saa niemei amache se eya na eniswade hunu ehihim na ne nyinam no Professor Jane no Opokwagyeman se wayek ema wani nko yie se de beya wani swade hunu no saa niema no ensen no nemba ebetumi agina ne nan so se de ese na efata na wayek for eye o 74th annual council nhemudie e won kran ase he no mampanya be de chede ensemati se etu edwa wonam so kra mankoda be se miensa wo bo mabaso esan se distinctions de abaso body no na wo mu anya pa enti ko wiase ye bo mabaso se wo mu ye winners International Excellence Awards for 2025 West Africa Senior School Certificate Examination ache se dwumedie ne ekwa wie no na sa ankoda miensa wo shom enmonyam eye Huda Suglo Suleiman afe first prize na ekoma na Paula Ajo Elinam Sowu onu so enya second prize no na Matia Aba Ando enya third prize na we nyina dwumedie mapa ekoso a wode ahyem kodai enmonyam graphic and the story abakata feto so edwunu emienu
na Daily Post de bokrata no na yede etoa so na we ensam nya na fo
anyway dia ye ne die ye bepon
oso ntosi die no
wo kan ntosi ma chem na ntosi no be kan watwepen na osensan niam asesa no mi visa wo maki mock exam so
dabi ntosi die no na unse yen share na ana waka wasem na
dabi men kan wasem can was na me feel say your story bia because dia
madam Atripen
ana me dey since no na me person me see salient point
when mo hwe wo Facebook ni YouTube because we be say jama obi kro be say jama wa we kilo to da
so nyame ni fami chaloto
da bi men ka se utwa me see obi ya say de no ye aggressive no a wo sensan de ma ase no so Swani lies anu
nana kafra na unim se sisia no Burkina Faso gina yesi a wesi no wo mu ntos wo so wo ma ho kwan na o man bia mefa bi na eba ne sa Ghana ye ne ebre in a year no data e won krata mu kire se yen production tim ye 400,000 metric tons nanso nia ye bedi nia oso ye de be ye aduane ama wadi the whole year fi mu ni nyina no 800,000 metric tons by yentimi produce endu hono
enti so aya next time be share bi aya ya de we mame
okay
Ghana your population
okay
any Burkina
okay
one na chen no yonko
and they say Ghana chen omo
yeah sure
even in terms of asase kra no na se ye asase ye wo mo dia say desert and what the omasa said to 2 year dia ho but the thing is that omo use variety of seedlings Ghana so ye ni bi
omunya we
so mbesua wa ha ombesua wa ha o ombesua wa ha
no me say that na me bi say omunya we because Malaysia is one of the countries yes omuna ye no omuna na share abe ase o
yeah
and na wo
wa ha ena omo koye ena omo akoda dem na wo mo asua omo nya nimdia foforo de aka ho atache ena omo abe sin
enye ye niwu enye ye ferie
Debi enye
se Burkina se wato bodam o ma tomatoes nye crossover ma ya ha
ya ni abre
ye ka se ye problem ma je se no so aban ne kokasa se pamete
ya aban ne se one no
enko kasa na omu makwan na ntosi ne mra
ewu so omu dua ne pi na commercial purposes bagana ha ne na ye
Obapa hwe se dia wo ko central regional ho enfante dokono etumi buso ewo bronu bi so ma yetumi refer se enfante dokono so otokra na ye yamransa janshi no
emom yeah eho de bia
sadan so na ye kasa tomemu se tomatoes be short wo mai mu na nya akomadan enti ufi se oyini we enti nka yenni tomatoes yen mami ka say intos yenni intos a ebuso ena nkruma nim se intos hukuayo ye be yama ye benya ma na broso anka osi factory man no
esi ho mai
enko osi factory man no
so onim se ebehia yen o se yen Ghana fo na nkasa so yempe ntosi ye Ghana de ye kodwa ma so a obisa
Burkina de
because ye se Ghana de na aba ne dɔɔso
Burkina de so aduane wom
wutri ni sisi agasi honom kɔba ya na aye bebre na nsuo ni gina fa na moko na wetwi ni so nti ye se emu so nye de abisi
eni ntia nanu a president ekokate sword si ye baba besi farm factory na ye me depa asamba ko kan on speech ni me dem say modernize agricultural practices ye besia dia yadwuma
so Ghana
ya say ohine wa wu ken dia ma Burkina Faso wo muntos ye papa no nimdia no mo beje no wa ha nimdia na ye de ma wo mo no ye de ye den
I'm sure so mu do omo upgrade omo die mu
exactly
omo share system na omo so dani mu se ya ye nsiesie enye ni se
lawyer Martin Kpebu aka asem bi lawyer Martin Kpebu waka asem bi se Burkina se me fantos wo ye ho a ebra so se egbo pitri na ye sore na ye ma ye ni koye kuya ye ho aba
na de bi obi na ndua na wo kofa
Africa Garden of Eden pani nanka
obi na ndua na de bia kofa hwe masase fo masase toto Ghana de asase a ye wo mai mu ko no fa asase egu honom wonim se enra na Greek minister na all count parliament sisi ano wo mo na research CBD nkomo university send ye be ye betini yeso ye benya variety
ye ni crop research institute
ye benya variety
wo kumati se ya enifumeso kwan
enti no se afi na omo ni omo ensa woso aha wo mudi nkomo se omo ntimi mfa
wo mbedi na I was one yensa woso and I was no mbedi
wonim se ye wonto se fe no kwabena
oh yes
enti ompe different types
varieties abeka
edi aka ho asort nti yedua ye nnua ba ko pe bedua ne bebre ahodo nti wokwa na se wo mpe we ya ompe kwabena ubenya gaga ana so ubenya ohima ubenya oso nti different
wonya
abi ana se bia openi ejewusu like ubenya nti o se afin Isaac the obesre dodo Isaac dodo the obesre dodo yesra omo consider say di no nka omo nya ne jewusu mu mahe nti oso
omo yankwati
omo ya oso omo ye ne sa omo gusu di nkomo nti enche yesu benya variety unse ye de na
ye wo nkomo die
ya wo ukọ tadi a I say nkete abobo me wi afini din sa abobo ade o se
nkete pa
bebre bi
me wi afini din evenze cherry tomatoes but ye wo twidi bi e de man nkete bi
abobo se abobo ade o ye wo de bi e de frɛ no ni nyina ho no but nkofo ni nye ho
omompe ho
yeah
eno no mompe
o se ye nsuo dodo but eno so kra na nka hoadi wom e ba
na ye ni ye
eno ni asem no
eno ni enti de bia me question say de bia chi se atwa ma bibisi ansa ya bo pitrisi ye ba be ye bibia ma ye ho ana na anya bia COVID-19 ya de ne twi ni ti no ama ye signal bia
na ye sika kra de koto eduro kra ye ko de ka ye yanje
Bokina mine bisa say sika dodo asan na omo di ahyem. Omo ni slogan bia o send ya Ghana ye slogan planting for food and jobs feed Ghana e de ben no yen omo ni bio omo de ne say ye tu ye ni esi so sika sei ene ye de hye ntuntoso dua mu and they do it na omo achieve na yen Ghana yakohonom enye ye fere obi abehua ade o no wasan akọ ne nche se wo kwa akoto na wo kwa so a hwe wo ma na mema ye ku omo ya san sie body no honom ni nyina ye nwene ho ya oh
on that sad note, mommy and Kwate.
Asemo.
Enye fe.
O me fi akire.
Papa.
Ekuapim ni se, aseda ya ode.
Yo.
Enye.
Oyin ni wa kese.
Ozo.
Oyi wala don onu.
O fine yo.
Hey.
Oye moga.
Fio.
O fe onu. Minke
Fio.
o fe.
Fio.
Minke o fe.
O fe. Oba wo.
Bibi ni ori o.
Oba wo.
Namo. Me.
Oya me anko. Na je de ya anso ni ye fre o.
Ko te dan ya. Ko shi akoko. Na no wa na ekoto.
Me ja wa do ko se mu na me. Abuja for no nu aba pounds ma. Eduasan so 37 into 10. Yabeda Ohenewa kese boan na se nipa ni nidin tomatoes asema okan ye na da so yi na yada afia kire o me afia kire nso so ase na ya sere se bi weni nya ko Whitestone Eye Clinic no mo hwema wontem wo kwa wo mbe ye weni ne test ahodo ni na we se bibia ye okay a refraction tonometry visual field test optical coherence tomography color vision testing na wombe ye na omo ye na so mu se fort bi o baby a wo mesiesie ne kama 590 Ghana cedis pe na so hia se obehye space nso a ye space no ye nse mfa hu ade nko a se ye long sighted o se ye short o ye wo bi wo ho a esanso ye stylish kama very durable frame with single vision lenses. Esan wo UV protection, any blue lighting blocking properties inti all the computer so 24 hours and now phone 24 hours e kura wonya effect bia the ope bia size ni frames no style bebre wom uchu so dia na ya ma kama ya sha ma 690 Ghana cedis pe but yen ye ho no be ba ji so book ansa inti booking number ni 0242 251 983 0242 251 983 Whitestone Eye Clinic and na yehwe enini ma nyina na happy birthday openi oje diom happy birthday we cry put the belated so happy belated birthday to Akye Abia. And I say Akye Abia. Happy belated birthday to Akye Abia. Tema ahofehi ma. We ye friend wo sister. E free wo sister. Debbie ene de ma. Akye Abia. Tema ahofehi ma. Wo sister Debbie. I say always so well. Your secret prayers in Ewurade nyamano mu ni jenwie peye afefo fra wode wusimu yi emfa yedie empeja enimonyam nkoso emre wo sede sena efata. Still on the brighter side of life, happy birthday to survival diamonds of Tesano MTTD investigation we free Becky aye no wo peace FM eno de mawo survival diamonds of Tesano MTTD. And that do you want your phone? Okay. Belated happy birthday to Asafo Mame Theresa Opon Yeboah, popularly known as Mama Thes. And Asafo Mame Theresa Opon Yeboah, aka Mama Thes. It's your birthday. Happy belated birthday to you. Na ye kwe story baako ebrenti yentumi ankan. Oh, mampeni Edin resetting Ghana, thank you Tono. Asheseso. Emma okopie mu wo Eastern region. Na akwenya ba ye manoko instrahwe ewo Nobi Farms ewo Afram Plains. Na Nobi Farms a ye kan wasemi eye owura ewuada ako ne dia. Ba akofo emo pa wadono. Emo factory pa wesi ewo Afram Plains no. Oh, eke mo nko ade a ne nka Nobi Farms nti Ghana anyhow yeda yenda. She emo farms pa papa na ye ewo Afram Plains no. Wo de ajo yetinjifo no nko Afram Plains. Emfo nani nko hwe. Emufuo pa a ye ho factory. Dr. Wada Akwanda Uroma. Weni beje. That's right. Ti ebona baso. Na ye kwei. Abusia enkomse. All right. Next time ye ba, ye bebo bi hu nkomo. But neyi yanka se akom kire ne mpaebo a Esther Mordecai ni jiusi ye. Emma ne man sese ye. Yen sese ye bone dan ko wono aso. Akom kire ne mpaebo a Nenevi hene eni Nenevi kroni na ye ma Ewurade ji wo mu firi oseye ana eba kuro no so. Akom kire edifo no ma Ewurade nkrofo ye ewo Ezra chapter 8 verse 23. Ewurade tie wo musufre ye wo makoma so ade no. Glorious Word Power Ministries International ye 3 days esi wo ye bi. Esase nura. Ye toa so enne ewie ne nyame ya adomu a ochena fie. Na enne ya wada ene ochena efia dai bomode yin mfrim fa hugim enwumire no nsia kopem 7:30 Brian ka mommom paye na pam kurafo asafo urade betie yensufre ene ya desrede ye congratulations. Who sold the slaves? Manasseh challenges Muhammad's call for Manasseh ekufa don so say no who baby say who sold the slaves. Oh, aya munyansa. Sa de enye president enye John Dramani Mahama ena be shase. Ekufa do former president ena e shase. Ena reparation. And is ne amambo ye continuity. Oba wa beto aso na dauroma. Waya ma ya ye a who sold the slaves. Ono satam no. Anasika wa muton ya wa muje ye no unze ye dibi koto na account. Aya munyaza who sold the slaves saying. There been to obi anton ko anke yase nko aton bai. There was a tongue. There was a sale. Until I say, I don't admit it. There be I some dear bar, my can assets. As a maba. Oh, a be in your bones, a baby sense, and when say you have some one, the corn one casa, the nucleus around which the issue evolves near Jayato. I didn't see you, Rofna, Wamia to me say, I do me a yen. Also, what I'm saying. I say EPL refuge now say boy ye go. Who would test an a glass? Say outside. Oh no, you not no. Oh my menko. Congratulations to the CEO of AJ Trends and Beauty Supplies for stepping into this bold new world. Real entrepreneurs don't wait for chances. They create them, just like you have done. This is a toast and cheers to the grand opening. And best wishes for your new venture. Because trust me, it is destined to flourish, to prosper, and for greatness and success. So congratulations to you, Chief Executive Officer of AJ Trends and Beauty Supplies. What does it? What's it? Dabu Fletcher Banti. Wabo. Kra a ready baba become. What the best sound? I'm pan so. Yeah, not just. DJ Fletcher and the Motina and your Pankwa, the far journey, get the sign contract, get the yard door yet. Ramwalk of Mr. Nomi, no Baba Miako Facas, Bono, do me, no, and Rachel better answer baby. No, you know, but I say any pie. Payon de win. I would have for a bepon. All right, so have a productive, successful